The following a Cuban Endred Sports presentation. Springs Valley High School football is on the air. Cuban Endred WFLQ, the sports voice of the Valley, is supplying play-by-play coverage of Springs Valley High School football. And tonight's game between the Valley Blackhawks and Paoli Rams being brought to you by Smithville, offering DSL and fast internet service to customers. Another way to serve you better. By Sullivan Financial, Raymond James Associate Investments, Highway 60 and 9th Street in Metro. Springs Valley Metals, formerly Medco, Highway 145 Pitch Lake. Dr. Carmen, Patty & Co. Extra IU Health in Paoli. Rolling Tar and Auto on the Boulevard, West Vegas. Brooks Galloway Real Estate and Appraisal, 8481 West College Street, Pitch Lake. 936-7301. By Farm Bureau Insurance in Paoli, 723-2704. Julie's Bikes and Whiskers for pet grooming and boarding. Just off Highway 37 East Hospital Road, Paoli, 723-3110. Orange County REMC, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, 865-2229. Wiley Oil Main Street, Paoli. Leisure Chiropractic in Paoli, the natural way to good health. Kipple's Quick Lube, Gospel Street, Paoli. IU Health Paoli Hospital, the only nicer ranked health system in the state of Indiana. 33 Brick Street, good food and a legendary atmosphere in downtown French Lick. Bedford, Fort Pinesworth, the River and Bedford. And by Spring Valley Bank and Trust Company, offices in French Lick, Jasper, and Paoli. And now, Spring Valley High School football. Let's go to the field. The voice of the Blackhawks, Cuban Endreds, Mike Appleton and Tracy Tucker.
From Cook Field on the PHS campus in Paoli, Indiana, this is Springs Valley High School football, where tonight the Blackhawks take an 0-2 record into play as they meet their Patoka Lake Athletic Conference and county rivals, the Paoli Rams, in the annual gridiron battle commonly known as the Orange Bowl. Hello again, everyone. Mike Hamilton being joined by Kevin Terrell as these two teams meet for the 57th time on the football field. Valley has won 32 of the previous 56, including a huge win 2 years ago here on this field that snapped a 7-game losing streak to the Rams, the longest Paoli has enjoyed in the series. Last year, though, a different story in French Lick, as Paoli got 339 yards from Tyler Smith, who is back again this year. He had a trio of touchdowns as well, as the Rams went on to a 35-16 victory to reclaim the Orange Bowl trophy. The Rams come in with a record of 1-1. They took on third-ranked in 4A Evansville Central, got pasted 56-15, but bounced back by blanking Corydon a week ago down in southern Harrison County by 32-0 score. Well, first, Kevin, as we look at this Springs Valley team, I guess from a good news standpoint, the point total went down by 3 scores from 68 2 weeks ago to Eastern to 50, but still the defense listing badly, and they still need to find a way to shore things up if they want to pick up their first win of the year.
You better believe it, Mike. And to stop Paoli, you have to stop the flex bone option game with all their different variety of backs that they're throwing out there. 6 different people carried the football over the last couple of weeks and getting multiple carries. They've been balanced. They've been able to go right, go left. They've been able to spread the field horizontally. And then when they have to, they're able to pop a pass over the top of the defense when you pound the box with multiple extra people. So you got to find a way to spread them out all over the field defensively, and you got to tackle in space against Paoli. It also would help if our offense could maintain ball control, kind of limit the possessions of the game a little bit.
You touched on Paoli, and indeed, it is no longer a team that belongs to Brian Ballsmeyer, stepping down for family reasons with his kids, his 2 girls playing volleyball, his son playing football. He's elected to spend more time with them, but what a perfect fit as offensive coordinator Jeremy Lowry, the natural move into the head coaching role. So from that standpoint, I don't think you're going to see, and especially from an offensive standpoint, a lot of different things.
No question about it. Jeremy, with a unique personal background, moved here from Texas as a young man, played at Penn High School, a state power up in Mishawaka, played for the legendary coach Chris Giesman, 5-time state champion, good pedigree there. He was able to coach at Elkhart. He was able to coach at Salem, then moved to Paoli a few years ago for Coach Ballsmeyer. He's got an advanced pedigree out of the McDonald's business, where they owned a lot of different places around Paoli and Salem. I think they own the one in Mitchell and the one in Bedford as well.
And West Baden.
And West Baden, going for his teaching degree, so kind of a massive change in life direction for him. He's got the Rams on the right direction. They're pumped up. They're excited. And that's the way it should be here in a football town like Paoli. It always has been.
But Kevin, with all that said, this Blackhawk offense have showed some firepower of their own. 66 points in the last 2 games. Braden Whitaker's already thrown 8 touchdown passes in these first 2 ball games. So certainly teams, when they look at this Valley offense, have to show some respect to them.
No question about it. He was 8 out of 20 last week, though. Not quite the high percentage that you're wanting. I think they still have to go to the air. No doubt about that in my mind. And I think the wet conditions tonight as Hurricane Harvey kind of spins its way up here towards our own Midwestern area, I think that wet conditions may actually help our passing game. That kind of goes against conventional wisdom, but our receivers should know what the route they're going. The Paoli defenders will not. We'll have to see how Braden can handle the wet football. Those are all things that to be determined here on a wet and cold early fall night here in Paoli.
Had a chance to briefly walk the field before the ball game. It's actually in very good shape. A little soggy here and there, but for the most part, no puddles. We're not far enough into the season where we see a lot of dirt patches, which with the rain would turn into mud. So you can't really ask for anything better here. And despite the rain, should be a good night of football.
Great conditions here at Paoli. It's a tremendous facility. All of their athletic department people for many and many years have done a great job, and there's nothing different about that now. And it's going to be a fun night of wet football here. It's going to be a small crowd, at least so far. We'll see if a few more show up, but I imagine our ratings will be sky high tonight as people are going to stay home, turn on the radio, and listen to Mike and Kevin bring it to them.
All right, should be a lot of fun. Kickoff a little over 20 minutes from now. When we come back, we'll be joined by head coach Mark Hammond on the Springs Valley Football Report. He'll join us in a moment. You're listening to Springs Valley High School Football.
Give your favorite pet some tender loving care with a visit to Julie's Wags and Whiskers in Paoli. Julie Apple and her staff specialize in pampering your furry friend with the best in grooming products and treatments. Needing hair trimmed, a manicure, or anything else? Just schedule a day spa at Julie's Wags and Whiskers to have your best friend looking as good as ever. For grooming services to keep your canine looking fine or your kitty looking pretty, bring them to Julie's Wags and Whiskers just off Highway 37 on East Hospital Road in Paoli. Call 723-3110.
Hi, this is Ashley from Orange County REMC again. Are you tired of slow, unreliable internet service? Exceed offers a great price to surf the web, check emails, shop online, or download your favorite movies and music super fast. By subscribing through REMC, you can get a valuable special offer from Exceed. You get free professional installation and a $5 monthly discount for 24 months. Call 855-797-7855 and sign up for the Orange County REMC Exceed Internet Special.
Hi, this is Lynn at Reeser Chiropractic Center. When was the last time you saw your chiropractor? Been a while? It's time to make another appointment. Good health is an everyday concern. It's something that should be worked at. Dr. Lolita is just the person to advise and help you with your own personal health care plan. She's an expert on prevention and good health. Make an appointment today. Call Reeser Chiropractic Center at 812-723-2277.
There's nothing like having a dependable car, and there's also nothing like having a dependable place to take it for regular maintenance. Kempel's Quick Lube in Paoli is your destination for worry-free driving. Whether you're needing an oil change, alignment, or even a brake job, Kempel's will treat your car with the TLC it deserves. Kempel's is making it even more convenient to bring your automobile in by being open Monday through Saturday. Trust your vehicle's care to the pros at Kempel's Quick Lube on North Gospel Street in Paoli. Call 723-4177. This is the Springs Valley Football Report with head coach Mark Hammond as the Blackhawks go on the road to face county and conference rival Paoli. Coach, as we go back to last week, starting the four-game road trip, short jaunt up to Mitchell and taking on one of Valley's favorite sons in Troy Pritchett. Unfortunately, kids got off to a rough start, a couple of turnovers there, and Mitchell was able to take advantage.
Yeah, I mean, Mitchell's a good ball club, no doubt about it. And they played a really good game, executed their game plan really well. They didn't make any mistakes, and unfortunately, we made a couple there early, and I think that really cost us. A team like that wants to run the ball and run the tee a lot. They're wanting to control the ball. So if you're able to put a score in early or get up on them, then it makes things a little tougher for them. And we just wasn't able to do it. Like I said, we started out moving the ball really well. Still had a little fight to us, and even got it to still within a couple scores there in the fourth quarter. So again, the kids battled and played really, really hard all game. And like I said, we just got to limit the mistakes, the turnovers, and the penalties. And again, I think that ball game could have been a little bit different.
Without trying to compare Eastern and Mitchell, just pretty much from your own club standpoint, did you see areas that you thought were better from week 1 to week 2?
Oh, for sure. I mean, like I said, both lines were really, really big. Both teams are, of course, bigger than ours up front. And I really liked what, again, I know they were able to rack up some yards, but we, again, our defensive line really played a lot better against Mitchell than it did against Eastern Green. Able to stop Mitchell to 3 yards or so or less about half the play, so that was a big improvement from week 1 to week 2 and so forth. So, yeah, there was a lot of things that we saw, and then, conversely, on the offensive side, I thought we did a really good job blocking Eastern Green on the first week with our offensive line, and then the second week against Mitchell, I didn't think we took care of people as well up there. So, again, you're always looking for things that you got to improve and change, and I think you're going to get that. We got a pretty young offensive and defensive line, so, week to week, hopefully they're growing and getting better.
Coach, take us through this week of the Paoli game. You're going to assume that the kids, their attitude is going to be good. They're going to be focused. They're going to be paying attention. They're pretty excited because this is one of, if not the biggest game of the year. How's it going?
Yeah, I'd say it's been a great week. I mean, Monday night, of course, we come in, do a lot of film and just preparation for the week and stuff. And, that you could tell right then they were pretty locked in that night, and again, we're kind of moving around, getting the JV game going and stuff. So you don't have a lot of time with them. But then, Tuesday might have been our best practice of the year. A lot of excitement, enthusiasm, from the coaches and the players, and everybody just, again, stepped up and had a great practice. And it just carried over to Wednesday and Thursday. I thought was, again, a couple nice practices. Maybe not as good as Tuesday, but again, a very top-tier practice. And, that's what we just been telling the kids. This is a game that, you will remember for sure. If you're a senior, you always remember your Paoli week and your Paoli game, and how much do you want to leave out there on the field? Hopefully, you don't want to leave anything out there, and you just put it all out there for your seniors and everybody, and everybody wants that trophy. So again, easy week to get ready for in that regard, but again, a tough one because again, everybody knows each other so well, and again, it's a lot of preparation has to go into trying to mix things up a little bit more or make sure that everybody's prepared for the changes that we're going to make and that possibly Paoli can make.
As you look at this Paoli team, you're going to see kind of a reflection of what you saw from last year. They only had a couple seniors on their entire team, so many guys are back, and even Jeremy Lowry that steps in for Brian Ballsmeyer was his offensive coordinator, so you figure not a whole lot's going to change from that end. So from that standpoint, how do you prepare?
Yeah, I mean, basically it's that right there. I mean, we know what they're going to do. They haven't changed a whole lot, and they haven't, needed to. They've got the same personnel, and even though, like I said, the head coach is different, Jeremy's been there for a long time with Coach Ballsmeyer. So again, we're able to use last year some where, if you got a new head coach, sometimes it's hard to use that, but we're able to use that film a lot and learn from it. And again, just focus on what we got to do though when it comes back to, what changes have we made? What are we going to look a little different? And how are we going to counteract what they're going to do? But again, Paoli's a solid ball club. We knew they were going to be coming into the year, and they look like it on film right now. I think they got around 30 juniors and seniors, which is that's a lot. That's a lot of kids for being juniors and seniors, and that's usually what it takes. Back-to-back class to have a solid program. But again, I think our kids are up to the task, and I think we'll be prepared tonight.
Coach, can Mother Nature have an impact on not only the preparations but within the game itself, how you go about things?
Well, yeah, I mean, this tonight, with the game time and it looks like it's going to be 90, 95%, 100% chance of rain. You just never know how heavy it is and so forth. Some rains you don't lose your footing. It's not too bad. You're able to do pretty much anything you want to. Some rains it's coming sideways and wind blowing and you can't barely stand up out there. So again, that will affect the game as it goes. But again, that's something we talked about through the week. You can't control it, so don't worry about it. And just both teams are going to have to play in it. So figure that out as we get there and not worry about it.
Okay, and Coach, as a final thought, other than the normal things that it's going to take to win football games because of what we've seen the last couple of weeks, I assume the kids are, especially tonight, going to really have to answer the opening bell.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I would really like to see this team get off to a fast start, for once, and just see what they can do with that. We've shown our resiliency that we can, come back and hang tough and fight and battle. I'd like to see us just, from the kickoff, just see what we can do and to just play smooth throughout. And I think this team has a lot to offer our fans and the community and on the football field if that could happen.
All right, let's hope that all comes together. Coach, thanks as always for joining us. Go out and get them tonight.
I appreciate it, Mike. Thanks a lot.
And this has been the Springs Valley Football Report with head coach Mark Hammond as the Blackhawks take on Paoli. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
When it comes to shopping local, most of us think of small, friendly mom-and-pop shops with their quality products and commitment to their community. You may not think of Smithville as a local company, but it is. An Indiana company built by Hoosiers for Hoosiers. Nationally recognized for outstanding fiber internet, TV, voice, and security, as well as incredible customer service provided by your fellow Hoosiers. Go local. Visit switchtosmithville.com for the fastest internet and more. You'll be in good hands.
We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust. You'll love our helpful staff, our warm and smiling faces. Latest tools and services, delivered by the friends you trust. We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
This is John Storm for Bedford Ford Lincoln here in Bedford, Indiana, the used car capital with the largest selection of used vehicles you've ever seen. Trucks, SUVs, cars, we have them all in stock with over 100 to choose from for immediate delivery, on-the-spot financing, vehicles starting at $39.77. That's right, $39.77, all the way up to anything you might want at the used car capital, Bedford Ford Lincoln, Bedford, Indiana, just south of White River Bridge.
Joined now by the head coach of the Paoli Rams, Jeremy Lowry. And, Coach, we're certainly no strangers. It may be a little bit when you put the moniker of head coach next to your name, but certainly congratulations in order and taking over for Coach Brian Balsmeyer, who stepped down for family reasons. And just tell us a little bit about how the transition has gone.
Well, this is my 8th year overall at Paoli. So if there can be such thing as a smooth transition to a head coach, this has been. Being under Coach Balsmeyer, being his offensive coordinator and offensive line coach over the years, I've gotten to know a lot of people. We were able to retain most of our staff. Obviously know the kids, know the administration, so it was really a matter of being able to come in and hit the ground running and trying to figure out how we could put our current seniors, juniors in the best position possible to go win football games.
Coach, what's been a luxury certainly is the fact that the cupboard not bare. Only a couple of seniors from last year's team, so many kids back, and I'm sure trying to mix in some of the newcomers as well, but certainly nice to have that to begin with.
Well, first of all, Coach Ballsmeyer's handed over a great program. I mean, anytime you're following a guy like that, you know that your kids are going to be trained up. You know that they're going to understand how to compete, what the expectations are. And then, it was just a matter of us wanting to tweak it here, tweak it there, some personnel moves, maybe a kid that used to play secondary, moving him up to linebacker, maybe a kid that used to play at linebacker, moving him up to the defensive line. Really we're talking minor personnel issues like that. Of course, they turn out to be big deals. Every little thing turns out to be a big deal, but, just very fortunate, very blessed to get to follow Coach. And he's been such a great mentor to me, and I can't appreciate all the help he's given me through the transition. He's always there anytime I need him. That along with retaining our staff. We know each other. I can count on those guys. I know what to expect. They know what to expect from me. It's just been a really nice experience.
And I was going to say, not just because of the success that this program has enjoyed over the last decade or so, but with you being the offensive coordinator, I assume you haven't had to change up a whole lot of stuff.
We're at a glance, we will look very similar to how we've looked, for the last 10 years. We're a flexbone team on offense. We run a 3-4 defense. That's our base. Now, just like we have in any other year, we're going to tweak our system to match our kids. I'm not one of those people that believe, I believe you got to have a system on both sides of the ball, of course, if you're going to have success, and you got to believe in your system. However, I also believe that the magic's in the players. And sometimes we can overcomplicate this thing. Get your best players the ball as many times as you can. Put your best players in position to make as many tackles as they can. And I think things kind of get simplified when you have that thought process.
What was your evaluation of your first two games, taking on a one of the best 4A teams in the state, week one, Corden last week, which you pitched a shutout?
It's kind of hard to tell where we're at. I feel like we faced two really good football teams. Evansville Central, it was speed. It was all about speed. I mean, they were just so fast at all positions. Our kids played hard. We competed. We held up physically better than we have the last 2 years, which was a great sign. That was very encouraging. They were really able to expose us. You get one or two kids out of position with that kind of speed, and they can expose you pretty quick. Then Corden, on the other extreme, they were a very large team. Lots of size up front, both offense and defense, lots of size at the linebacker position. The concern there was, were we going to be able to get any push? And we were very pleasantly surprised we were. We were able to get off the ball on both sides of the football and kind of got that snowball going early and just fed off of it. Had a really nice game.
Coach, your impressions of this Springs Valley team you're facing tonight?
Talented, well-coached football team. Love what they're doing on offense. Love the quarterback, Whitaker, the running back, Perkiser. I think they're special players. I think the coaching staff's doing a great job of putting them in position, doing different things with them, allowing them to be successful. If we're going to have success, we're going to have to slow those two down. I think they are kind of the engine that drives the car. And don't get me wrong, there's nice supporting cast along with them. Some speed. Looks like some overall speed. Looks like in the secondary, at the linebacker positions, they've got some athletes that can run. So we're going to have to be on top of our game. Offensively, we're going to have to take care of the football. That was the one thing I was not happy with last week was the 2 turnovers. So we're going to have to do a better job there. And defensively, more of the same. We got to pursue. We got to get hats to the ball. I believe that happens. Good things start occurring. You start tackling better as you get more hats there. You start taking the football away as you get more hats there, and that's kind of our approach. It's a simple approach, but that's what we believe in.
All right. And Coach, as a final thought, how might the weather perhaps impact tonight's game? Well,
we're not going to get too caught up in it. Both teams got to play in it. So we're going to go out. I was just up there. The field is in fantastic shape. It drains very well. I was out there making cuts, an old man out there making cuts in tennis shoes, and I wasn't falling down. So I think the field will be fine. It's a little cold. It's a little windy. That's kind of maybe what surprised me today. The temperature's a little bit cooler than what I expected. But I think both teams will adjust, and I don't think it'll be a big factor in the game.
All right, Coach, thanks for spending time with us. Again, congratulations on taking over at the helm. Hopefully it's a very successful tenure, and we wish you not only the best tonight, but on through the rest of the season as well.
Thank you. We appreciate it. And we appreciate everything you guys do.
And that is Jeremy Lowry, the head coach of the Paoli Rams. Joining us prior to tonight's game as the Hawks and Rams meet in the annual Orange Bowl. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
You're not going to work forever, are you? After all, you have plans and places you want to see. But are you saving to make it all happen? Return of premium life insurance from Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance can provide you with a 20 or 30-year term. And when it's over, you get all of your premiums back. Protection and a nest egg. Call Scott Blankenbaker, Tracy Tucker, or Greg Hamilton at 723-2704 today. Or visit us on the web at www.infarmbureau.com. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We're part of your life.
For the Brooks Galloway Real Estate Agency in French Lake and Pelly, this is Chris Burton with a new homeowner tip. The biggest investment most people will ever make is the purchase of a home, so you want to avoid making mistakes. We can help you find the right home for your family and situation. We have access to a large inventory and experience to give you confidence in your decision. The Brooks Galloway Agency has been trusted by families since 1971, helping people like you find the right home or sell a home, farm, or business. Call us at 936-7301 or take a look at some of our properties offered at brooksgalloway.com.
Watching the sunrise, looking out on a majestic mountaintop, following a pristine stream in a forest. Nature has so many beautiful things to offer. Don't miss them because your eyesight is not what it should be. Get your peepers checked now at Drs. Harmon, Patty & Co., optometrist in Paoli. They offer thorough exams to not only make sure you're seeing clearly, but to check for other eye problems like macular degeneration, glaucoma, and cataracts. They don't take chances with your eyesight. Neither should you. Schedule an appointment now. Drs. Harmon, Patty & Co., next to IU Health in Paoli. Call 723-4752.
Rolling Tire and Auto, your auto value dealer in West Baden, gives new meaning to the term complete car care. It starts with Rolling carrying a full line of auto parts for all you do-it-yourselfers. Not just parts, but the tools to install them. Then it moves to tires, where you can choose from some of the best brands in the business, including Uniroyal, Michelin, and BF Goodrich. And then with 2 full-time certified mechanics, Rolling will get you back on the road with repairs on services from air conditioning to wheel alignments and everything in between. Celebrating 50 years of providing the area with the best in automotive care. See them on the boulevard in West Baden or visit rollingtireandauto.com.
And before we get underway with tonight's high school football action, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley High School football.
Your home for Blackhawk, Bulldog, Ram, and IU Sports. Q100 WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Mike Hamilton along with Kevin Terrell. Glad to have you along here at Cookfield in Paoli. The 57th Orange Bowl about set to unfold. Maybe less than ideal weather conditions. Rain continuing to fall, although not very hard. The wind has picked up, though. It is coming out of the north at about 15 to 20 miles per hour with gusts up to 30. So wind and field position may be a factor in the ball game tonight, but well, I must honestly say, Kevin, as I look, I probably have to admit that on a good, clear, warm night, there would probably be more people in the stands on both sides.
It's a FFO crowd, friends and family only. Only a lot of hardy souls out here tonight in the dreary and wet rain here at Paoli, but you know what? I mean, more people are on the air listening to us, bringing the broadcast to you, and we're glad to have you along. Should be another great edition of the Orange Bowl.
For Valley, as we said, they come in 0-2, 0-1 in the conference. Paoli at 1-1 on the year, and they are playing their first conference game they'll be back at it again next week as well. And, of course, for the Hawks, next week will be their third straight league game when they make the jaunt over to Campbellsburg to take on the West Washington Senators.
Quite a gauntlet here to start the season, and it won't be easy tonight here against the Rams. Paoli, a very much ground-based attack. In fact, they had 0 passing yards last week, but they churned out over 500 on the ground. We know that stopping the running game has been a problem for Spring Valley's undersized front, so not a particularly good matchup for the defense here. Some adjustments have no doubt been made by the Springs Valley staff. We'll see if they work pretty early, because I expect Paoli to come out on the ground and attacking us through the middle. Valley, though, will get the ball first, I believe. We won the toss and will elect to receive.
Actually, Paoli won the toss. They deferred their choice.
Right. Nice. Well, either way, we're going to get the ball first with a chance to draw first blood. Now, that's something we've been getting hurt on early, getting behind early, and it's really affected how the game's played. To see if we can get off to a better start. Coach Hammond mentioned that in the pregame. I think that's a big key to tonight's game. Can we get ahead, play from the lead, and dictate the terms of the game to Paoli rather than the other way around?
All right, Paoli in their home gold uniforms, or home purple uniforms, I should say, with gold numbers, gold helmets with the purple P. Valley is in their traveling white uniforms, black numbers, black pants, black helmets with the white V. Valley will be moving left to right here in this opening quarter of play. Getting set to kick off for Paoli will be Ian Strange. Back deep for the Hawks, Zach Carnes, along with Isaiah Pantier. So Valley will be going against the wind here in this opening quarter of play. The 57th Orange Bowl about set to get underway on this Friday night here in the county seat of Orange. The whistle blows from the referee, and we are underway as it's an end of it'll take a bounce and hit off of Zach Carnes. He picks it up at the 14, looking for running room to the 20, to the 25-yard line, and that is where he will go down. So the Hawks bring their offensive unit out onto the field, led by their big 3-year starter, Braden Whitaker, 6'3", 205, and a senior. He'll have in the backfield Raheem Bell at 185 and a senior. The running backs, Wyatt Perkeiser at 145 and a senior. Colby Lowe at 145 and a junior. The slot man, Ryan Tao at 165 and a senior. And the other slot back is Jackson Land at 160 and a junior. First and 10 as we get underway. The Hawks have it at their own 25-yard line. 2 wideouts in the game as Ryan Tao and Jackson Land each split wide. Man in motion, that is Perkeiser, gets the call, turns it upfield, and he's not going to find much running room at all. Maybe got a yard, and that was about it. And on the stop for Paoli was Ty Lawson coming up from his linebacker position. It's a gain of 1 for Perkeiser. It'll bring up a second down and 9. Valley's offensive line, Camden Grandstaff, the center, 185 and a sophomore. Nate Hamilton, the left guard, 160 and a junior. The right guard, Justin Shipman at 195 and a junior. Colton Reynolds, the big right tackle, at 275 and a junior. And Nick Jones getting the start this week at left tackle, 255 and a junior. Second and 9 for the Hawks at their own 26. Out of a pistol formation, now movement along the line. Both sides jumping, and let's see what they're going to call. I think they're going to put this one on the Hawks. It is a procedure call, and Valley already, with not real good field position, is going to be looking at a second down and very long.
Not what you want to do on a tough night to move the football is move yourself back with a unforced error. Pre-snap penalty hurt the Hawks 2 weeks ago in the game I did, and they continue to hurt them on the first drive tonight. Hawks trying to establish Perkeiser early. Paoli's pointing out wherever he's at in the formation as soon as they come to the line of scrimmage. Rams very cognizant of where Perkeiser is.
Second and 14 now for Valley at their own 21. In motion is Lowe to the far side. Movement again. Ball snapped back to Whitaker, looking for running room. Cuts it up the middle and gets it out to about the 25. So Braden Whitaker is getting more involved offensively now as he carries there. He'll pick up 4 yards to the 25, but it's going to bring up now a third down and 10 for Valley. Paoli looking at a 3-4 defense. Their nose guard is Tyler Smith at 205 and a senior. Michael Campbell, 206 and a junior. Jace Engel, 185 and a junior, are the tackles. We'll go through the rest of it here. Let's see if Valley convert on a third down and 10. Low in motion, inside handoff. Wyatt Perkeiser looked like he was going to break a tackle but then at the last second, Ian Strange came up and was able to spill him. He'll get it up close to the 30-yard line, but it's going to bring Valley well short of the first down, give Wyatt a gain of 5 on the play, but it'll be 4th and 5, and Valley will be forced to punt the football away on their initial possession.
Counterplay by the Hawks. They've something they've wanted to do. They start the offense to the left, and they bring it back around to the right with Perkiser. Almost broke a tackle and give him for big yardage, but they set the edge well and force him back inside. Now the Hawks forced to punt against the wind. See how the special teams works.
High snap. Whitaker comes down with it. It is a short boot, and Paoli saying get away from it, and Valley will down it at the 48-yard line. So again, against the wind, not much there. Just a 22-yard punt, and Paoli will set up now in terrific field position. They'll be at their own 48-yard line at the 9:42 mark of the opening quarter, as Garrett Vincent will bring his team onto the field at 165 and a senior. He'll rotate a quarterback with Ty Lawson. We'll talk about that more as we go along. Fullback Tyler Smith, 205 and a senior. In motion is Strange. Handoff goes to, that is Lawson, and he is pushed out of bounds as he crosses midfield and gets a nice run. Actually, the ball carrier is Timmy Burton, so Burton getting the call. So we already talked about how Paoli likes to use a lot of running backs. 9-yard gain on the play for Burton, as Paoli wasting no time getting into Valley territory at the 43. We talked about Smith at fullback, and we assume the starters we were given. The slot backs, Ian Strange, 165 and a junior. Charlie Meredith at 136 and a junior. The ends are Carter Elliott, 150 and a junior, and Dietrich Sears at 175 and a senior. And a big hole up the middle once again for Paoli, running for first down yardage this time is Tyler Smith. Remember, he had the big gain a year ago, and he picks up right where he left off here, a 7-yard gain right up the gut, and it'll be a 1st and 10 now for Paoli, as they're already in Valley territory on their initial drive.
Same formation, flex bone look. They've got everybody stacked near the line of scrimmage.
In motion is Lawson. Hand off to the first man through, and that is Smith again. And again, finding some pretty good running room. He just kind of dove forward, and he'll get close to 5 on the play. They'll spot it at the 31, so another gain of 5, 2nd down and 5. Big offensive line for Paoli, not as big as Valley's seen the last 2 weeks. The center, Michael Campbell, 206 and a junior. Left guard, Jordan England, 227 and a senior. Jarrett Coleman, right guard, 195 and a junior. As the pitch goes off now to Strange, gets a nice block in the backfield, turns the corner, has running room, 20, 15, makes another cut, 10, 5, and before Valley can spill him, Ian Strange is all the way down inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line.
Got Valley on the pitch play there. They ran everything inside to the left, through left tackle. That time they ran it to the opposite side out of the same formation, ran the pitch. Valley didn't set the edge. Strange turned the corner and got big yardage. First down, goal to go for the Rams.
27-yard gain on the play. 1st and goal now for the Rams. Rounding out their offense, the tackles are Ty Mitten at 201 and a senior, and Jay Single at 185 and a junior. So 4 chances here for the Rams to punch it in on their initial series. The handoff goes to Tyler Smith off left tackle. He's in. Touchdown Paoli, and the Rams have wasted no time in drawing first blood.
That was rather easy as they powered over Springs Valley's smallish defensive front on the ground, all on the ground. That's what it'll be tonight for the Rams, and they went right through us rather easily, and the Rams do exactly what we didn't want them to do. They draw first blood and take a 6-0 lead pending the extra point.
52-yard drive for the Rams. They needed just 5 plays. Now Ian Strange on to attempt the extra point, and the Hawks jump offside. That cadence, and now Paoli may go for 2. In fact, they will. They'll bring their regular offensive unit out onto the football field.
And as easily as they ran it right down our throat, that first possession, no reason to believe that they wouldn't go for 2 with the ball moved up near the 2-yard line. So Hawks have a chance here to make a big defensive play, going to regain some momentum a bit if they can just rise up, make one play here.
Vincent back in there at quarterback. Rams will almost always run up under center. Strange in motion. Handoff goes to Timmy Burton, and he's able to turn the corner. That's an easy two-point conversion as nobody from Valley even touches him, and the Rams are off and running literally here. Time out of the field, 7:38 to go, opening quarter on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. It's Paoli 8, Springs Valley nothing. Back with more Blackhawks football in just a moment.
When you need physical or occupational therapy, look no further than IU Health Paoli Rehabilitation and Sports Medicine. You have a choice when it comes to your therapy. Whether you're recovering from a recent surgery or sports injury, where you receive your therapy is your choice. There is no need to travel a long distance. Why not choose the expert care close to home at IU Health Paoli? For more information, call IU Health Paoli Rehabilitation and Sports Medicine, 812-723-7444.
Hello, Valley football fans from Valley Marathon, where you can satisfy your gas tank and also satisfy your hunger with grilled chicken sandwich for just $2.89, or have a fresh grilled tenderloin for $3.59. We now offer big 44-ounce soft drinks for only 99 cents, and 2-liter Pepsi products just 99 cents at Valley Marathon.
Ready to resume action. The kickoff by Strange, picked up by Drake Terry at the 28, trying to get to the outside. Has a little bit of running room. Crosses the 35 and gets it up to the 40. Loses the football, but the officials say that the ground caused the fumble. So Valley will keep possession, but they are behind. So for the third straight time this season, they give up the game's first score. Although Valley will have pretty decent field position now as they start their second drive of the game now from their own 40-yard line.
Now they kept it all on the ground with the rain coming down and the wind howling in their faces, but that's not their strong suit. Let's see if they try to go to the air this time a little bit against the Rams. Rather soft state defensive secondary.
Lowe taking the handoff in motion, turns the corner, finds a little bit of running room up around the 45-yard line. Now they're going to say he was pushed out of bounds at the 43. So it'll be a gain of 3 on Colby's first run of the night. It'll set up now a second down and 7. We gave you the front three for Paoli. Their outside linebackers are Matt Webb, 230, and a senior, Austin Ferris at 180 and a senior. The inside linebackers, Ian Strange, 165 and a junior. Ty Lawson at 165 and a junior. The corners, Garrett Vincent at 165 and a senior, and Dietrich Sears at 175 and a senior. Second down and 7 now for Valley. Quick handoff here. This is Raheem Bell, the fullback for the Hawks. And again, he'll find minimal running room, maybe up to the 45. So Raheem, Valley's senior fullback, carries for 2. And again, the Hawks looking at a third down and 5. Rounding out the safeties for Paoli, Carter Elliott, the free safety at 150 and a junior. The strong side safety is Dawson Easterday at 149 and a senior. Third and 5 now for Valley at their own 45. Still looking for their first down of the game. Out of the pistol, in motion is Lowe to the near side. He resets. Snap back to Whitaker. Inside handoff to Perkiser, and Wyatt able to turn it upfield, and a nice gain, but 4 yards is not enough for the first down. It'll leave him short, and Valley now will be looking at a 4th and 1, and decision time here for head coach Mark Hammond.
I don't think there's any decision about it. I think you go for it. You're on the road. Your defense is struggling. You need to score points. You need to keep the ball. And Springs Valley agreeing with me. We'll go for it on 4th and 1 at midfield. Need to convert this somehow, some way. Somebody's got to clear a spot. Somebody's got to rise up here and block people up front.
In motion is Lowe. And we had movement. Yeah, I think on the right side. Was that Colton Reynolds?
Well, like Paoli jumped.
Oh, no, the Rams did, yes.
Rams jump. That's going to give Valley a first down. Good job by Whitaker to go to the line and use a hard count. Try to get Paoli to jump offside. Didn't work. So the veteran quarterback shows his savvy right there. Using the hard count, going up there, faking the snap, getting Paoli to jump offside, gives the Hawks a much-needed first down, and they're in the Paoli territory.
Now, Kevin, the officials gave Valley 6 yards. They needed 1 yard to get to the 50 for the first down. The ball's on the 45. So for all intents and purposes, it's the 46-yard line. I'm just one of those people. All right. Hawks get the first down, and movement again. And this time it looked like it was Tyler Smith that jumped across.
The left side of this line this time for Paoli. So 2 straight plays by Whitaker to gain his team inside now, right at the 40-yard line where they spot it. And the Hawks continue to move the ball. It's 1st and 5. Hey, do it again. Let's just see how close we can get here. Looking like Peyton Manning up there, drawing teams offside with the use of his cadence. Good job by the veteran quarterback. Now we'll see if he can loosen up a little bit. In a more favorable position, Valley might go to the air. Man coverage on the outside.
Ball to 41, low in motion to the far side. Snap back to Whitaker, pitches it off to Perkiser. Trying to get to the outside, breaks a tackle. He's got the first down as he's run out of bounds at about the 33, maybe the 32-yard line. So that time, Wyatt with his speed able to turn the corner, and the Hawks get their second first down on the drive as they push it a little bit closer. That'll go as an 8-yard gain for Mr. Perkiser. 4 carries, 18 yards thus far for the Valley senior, but more importantly, a fresh set of downs for the Hawks.
Hawks ran it into the boundary right there and kind of threw off Paoli's defense, which was lined up the other direction. Good play call by the Hawks. First down.
With Land split wide of the near side, the give is to Wyatt. He works his way off the left side, pounds his way down around the 30-yard line is where it looks like they will spot it. So, as expected, Wyatt getting the bulk of the work as he carries for the 5th time. He'll get 3 here. 2nd down and 7 now coming for Valley. 5.5 minutes to go, first quarter on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. The Rams punching it in on their first series. Valley had to punt on theirs, and now on their second possession into Paoli territory for the first time. This time, Whitaker up under center, hand off to Colby Lowe, and he's not going to go anywhere. Nobody bothered to block Tyler Smith, and he came shooting through there, and he dumps Lowe for a loss of a yard, maybe 2. And the Hawks, who still have yet to throw, will be faced with yet another 3rd down situation. They'll mark it back at the 32 on the loss of 2, and it'll set up now a 3rd down and 9.
I know the wind's a factor, but I think the slant is there for the Hawks. It's man coverage with not much safety help at all for Paoli. They're really stacking it up against the run. I think you can get them on a slant.
Out of the pistol, the pitch to Lowe. Colby trying to get to the outside, and he will go down. A penalty flag comes in. He was hit by Garrett Vincent. It looked like Garrett kind of lowered his helmet that time.
3 flags, in fact. A lot of laundry all over the place out there.
I wonder if they may call illegal helmet contact here on the Rams. If so, that would be a huge 15-yard penalty. Nope, it's going to be holding against Valley. So wishful thinking
must have been holding everywhere because every official on the field practically threw their flag right there. A lot of laundry out there, and that'll back the Hawks up, assuming Paoli takes the penalty.
They may want to decline it. Looks like it would be
they do
4th and about 9, So no gain for Lowe there. The ball's still at the 32, but you got to figure it's still 4-down territory, and the Hawks will more than likely go for it here.
Well, held at the left hash, so they've had some success going into the short side as Paoli stacked their defense to the far side, to the field side. See what the Hawks opt to do. You're going to have to put it in the air at some point. It's the strength of your team.
Here we go. Zach Carnes in motion, back to throw is Whitaker, steps up, unloads it, and it's caught. Is that a lineman?
It is. The ball slipped out of Whitaker's hand and was caught by a lineman.
And that's going to be a penalty on Valley.
Didn't get the first down anyway. Well, there's the problem with the wet ball. Whitaker not able to grip it well. The ball squirted out of his hand straight up into the air. A alert Valley lineman, I didn't catch the number. I think it might have been Nick Jones.
I think it was Nick Jones,
who caught it and decided, hey, look at this. Look what I found. I'm going to run the football and see what happens.
Right.
And he able to get 2 or 3 yards there. They won't count. Paoli will decline the penalty, obviously, and that will be a turnover on down for the Hawks. Good drive, though. They occupied a lot of time. Gave their defense a little bit of rest and changed field position. Now we'll see if their defense can rise up somehow.
So the Rams will take over now at their own 32-yard line. So Valley unsuccessful in their first 2 tries. Now in there is Ty Lawson, and he hands off to Tyler Smith, and Smith just running at will against this Hawk squad. That line opening up huge holes, and Paoli's backs just bullying their way through. It'll be a pickup of 11 for Tyler Smith and another first down for the Rams, as Smith now has carried 4 times for 27 yards. 4 minutes to go, first quarter. Paoli already up 8-0. And another big hole up the middle. This one will result in about 4, maybe 5 yards, as it is Tyler Smith once again. So he is starting to get the bulk of the work. 5-yard gain there. That'll bring up now a second down and 5. So Paoli's going to need to get a better charge from their defensive line and start turning those 5- and 6-yard gains into 2 and 3 yards if they hope to try to contain this Paoli offense.
Earlier in the last drive, the outside run is what killed the Hawks. They're really trying to soften us up inside and then bust us on the perimeter. Look for the Rams. Eventually, they go back to that.
Ty Lawson in there at quarterback, takes the snap, hands off. Tyler Smith just following his blockers beautifully. I mean, he's not having to do much of the work. He's just staying behind his big right side of Jarrett Coleman and Jay Single, and he'll pick up more first down yardage as he crosses midfield, picks up 6 there to the Blackhawk 46-yard line, and Paoli on the march once again with 3 minutes to go here. Opening quarter, the Rams leading 8-0. In there is Dawson Easterday and Sears on the far side. Pitch to Ian Strange, looking to turn the corner. Has some good running room again. Valley again unable to contain on that sweep. And Strange able to bite off huge yardage as well, as he is inside the 40 and down close to the, we'll see where they mark it. It looks like it'll be the 35-yard line. It is. So that's 11 more yards for the Rams as they methodically get closer and closer to the Springs Valley goal line.
Those of you listening here, you can watch a team that runs exactly the same offense as Paoli on TV this weekend. When Georgia Tech plays Tennessee, they're running the flexbone offense of Coach Paul Johnson and the Yellow Jackets, and they're running it well. Paoli continuing to carve up Valley.
And handoff, Tyler Smith straight ahead running, and again, Valley just can't do much. And that will pick up about 7 yards on the play. Actually, this ball carrier is...
I think it was Smith.
Yeah.
I thought it was. It is tough to see with the rain coming down here. Our vantage point a little fuzzy from up here on these Paoli dark uniforms, but I think that was Smith.
And again, it is
the mystery number there.
Yeah, it is. We'll see if we can find out who that is.
31 not listed on the program. So it's Carmichael, who's 32 listed on the program they've given us, but he's really 31. I'll make that change, and he's able to run up inside and get about 6.
Thanks a lot, Paoli. Appreciate the deception there. At any rate, it is a holding call on Paoli. So that will move the ball back to the 39-yard line. And we'll now set up a second down and 14 here for Paoli.
Need a little zebra help sometimes, and we got some there with the hole. Now the Hawks need to take advantage of their good fortune. Stop.
Right. In these situations, you've got to catch. Little flea flicker in the air for Sears, and the pass is incomplete. That time, Strange put it up. He lobbed it up just a little bit too high, going for Dietrich down around the 15-yard line, and that allowed Valley's coverage to get down there. Isaiah Pantier and Jackson Land there on the coverage. So good to see there that, Kevin, that Valley didn't bite on that little halfback option.
They were going for the home run play right there. The Rams were. They didn't have a completed pass last week, and they hadn't attempted a pass so far this week until that one. Trying to trick Springs Valley. The Hawks were ready for it. Had double coverage.
Third down and 14 now. Hand off to Strange. Cuts it up, and he gets pummeled after a short gain on the play. Coming off the bottom of the pile there for the Hawks. Jackson Land. Only a gain of 4 to the 35-yard line for Strange. So it'll bring up 4th down and 10 now for Paoli with 1:20 to go. And again, this would be a key stop here. Hawks don't want to get down by 2 scores. They got down 21-0 to Eastern, and gave up the first 2 scores to Mitchell last week.
Rams awful slow out of the huddle. Not sure they're going to get it off. 7 on the play clock.
Paoli will get the play off. Back to throw is Lawson. Looks, fires it over the middle. He's got a man wide open. First down. That is Dawson Easterday, who makes the reception at about the 22-yard line. He was open over the middle, and Lawson hit him perfectly. It's a gain of 13, and once again, Kevin, Valley's defense lets the opposition off the hook.
Yeah, that was a major play in the game. Rams continue now. This drive, a chance to go up 2 scores. Good pass right there. Rolling out to the right, and was able to execute it well.
From the 22, pitch goes off now. This is Strange carrying the football this time. Tried to deke out a defender and picks up about 7 on the play down to the 15-yard line.
Likely the last play of the quarter. Paoli already over 100 yards on the ground.
And they are continuing to move at will. That will indeed bring us to the end of the first quarter. Only 1 score given up by Valley, but Paoli knocking on the door once again. That's the end of the first quarter in the 57th Orange Bowl here at Cookfield in Paoli. And after 1 on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard, it's the Rams 8, the Blackhawks nothing. Back to the second quarter in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
A salute to football players and fans in the annual Orange County Bowl from the Riley family and employees at Riley Oil on East Main Street in Paoli. Family owned and operated, serving Orange County since 1971. For Marathon 24-hour pay at the pump service, VP Racing Fuel, and kerosene. Stop at Riley Oil in Paoli. For auto and truck maintenance, including computerized engine analysis, stop at Riley Oil in Paoli. Maintain your manufacturer warranty by scheduling service today at Riley Oil in Paoli. Call 723-2294.
What's better than enjoying a fine meal at 33 Brick Street in French Lick? Savoring each mouth-watering bite on their outdoor patio and courtyard. Enhance your 33 Brick Street dining experience by taking in the open air during these warm months. Their patio and courtyard, featuring a fire pit, is perfect for special occasions or events, including wedding receptions, anniversaries, birthdays, and more. They can even design a special menu for your event. Make your reservations by calling 33 Brick Street at 936-3370. That's 936-3370. 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick. Good food, all in a legendary atmosphere.
Ready to start the second quarter with a ball fake into the middle of the line. Coming around the near side was Timmy Burton, and he races around left end into the end zone. And on the first play of the second quarter, the Rams have their second touchdown of the ball game and now go up 14-0.
Well, they softened up the Valley defense with all those fullback dives, and then they're able to hit the B-back right there on the sweep, and easily converted around left end for a 15-yard touchdown run, and the Rams will try to kick the extra point and go up 15-0.
Ian Strange will be on. Garrett Vincent will hold.
Bad
high snap. Now they're going to go for it. Vincent looking. He's going to heave it into the end zone, and there's nobody over there.
Real busted play right there as the high staff really fouled up the kicking game operation at Paoli, and they don't convert the extra point, so it's still 14-0, Rams on top.
But the Rams have cashed in with their second touchdown, and 8 seconds into the second quarter, they lead Springs Valley 14-0 on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. Back with more Blackhawk football after this timeout.
A message from Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
It's Triple Truffle time at Dairy Queen of Springs Valley. Have a Triple Truffle Blizzard of the month or the $5 lunch. 3 pieces of chicken, fries, drink, and sundae for just $5 at Dairy Queen in French Lick.
Paoli has now scored on both their possessions. This drive a 10-play, 68-yard march in 4 minutes and 28 seconds. Capped off by Timmy Burton's 15-yard scamper around left end. Now the Hawks will have their first possession with the wind at their back. Short boot, and it's going to bounce. Picked up at the 23-yard line. That is Drake Terry, and he is brought down from behind as Dietrich Sears tracked him down, and he'll go down around the 33-yard line. So that is where the Hawks now will take over. It'll be their third possession now of the ball game, but now with the wind at their back, maybe that might allow here, Kevin, for Mark Hammond to open things up with their passing game.
See how Whitaker can handle the wet football. The first time he tried to throw it, squirted out of his hand. See if he can dry it up a little bit and deliver some passes through the air. I think Paoli's defense can be had through the air, but you've got to be able to deliver it, got to be able to handle the wet ball.
Wing T formation on 1st and 10. Play action. Whitaker rolling to his right, looking downfield. Still looking. Now will throw it at the feet of Wyatt Perkiser. Just trying to throw that away. Good coverage on Paoli's secondary as they had all of Valley's receivers blanketed that time.
It was man coverage, but we had a situation we're trying to roll out right there. It's going to be tough to throw it on the run, I think, tonight, because you can't stop and set your feet to throw. So with just a half-field read right there, only 2 receivers on that side. They were both covered. Did have a man on the backside. I think had a step on the Paoli defender, but no way to get it to him. And it's 2nd down and 10.
Land and Tao, the wideouts. Lowe and Raheem Bell in at the slots. Colby in motion to the near side. Ball snapped back to Whitaker. Hand off to Perkiser. Tries his way off the right side. And again, just nothing there at all as Paoli winning the battle in the trenches as that Perkiser will lose a couple back to the 31. And again, Hawks looking at a 3rd down and long. They have yet to complete or convert a 3rd down to this juncture.
Had the 1-by penalty, but they haven't been able to execute anything. I guess that was on 4th down, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah. Nevertheless, unable to execute anything, get anything going. Need to come up with a big play here in 12.
3 wideouts out of the pistol. Whitaker looks, he's going to heave it up. A high arching shot or throw, and it's almost caught by Jackson Land. He had it just across midfield. He had a little jumping bout there with Dawson Easterday, and Jackson nearly was able to come up with that, but boy, that thing was just thrown up like a lame duck.
Yeah, it was
could have been picked off just as easily.
I think early on here, as we reach the 10:39 mark, the 2nd quarter, you can think the wet football is really bothering Brady. He didn't have a good grip on that, and that one really just popped straight up into the air. Not any zip or any mustard on it. And if Valley can't pass and they're struggling to get the running game going, it could be a long night. They're going to have to punt it.
Quick snap, and Whitaker gets off a much better punt this time, and it will again take a big Springs Valley roll as, again, the Rams had Dietrich Sears back there, but he elected not to go after it, and the ball will roll dead at the 24-yard line. 45-yard punt for Braden Whitaker. So, again, his leg continues to be an asset for this Springs Valley team. So now the Rams will take over 1st and 10 at their own 24 with 10:29 to go here in this first half of play.
Need to stop Paoli on 1st down. Try to put them up against the chains, behind the chains, if you will. We're giving up 6-7 yards a pop on 1st down and really putting our defense in bad spots, opening up the playbook for the Rams coaches. We need to come up with a big play on 1st down.
Garrett Vincent back in there at quarterback, hands off. I think that is Ian Strange carrying the ball this time. Nope, it's Austin Carmichael again. So, again, Jeremy Lowry continues to mix up his backs as Carmichael carries it up to the 29-yard line. But again, when you're getting 4, 5, 6, even 7 yards on first down, it really makes it tough to contain. 5-yard gain there, second down and 5, just shy of the 29. Easterday and Sears split wide of the near side. And out of that flex bone formation, Strange in motion, takes the pitch, trying to get to the outside, turns the corner, 30, 35, 40, 45, and before Zach Carnes can pull him down, he's nearly to midfield. So again, Paoli able to get to the outside as Strange bites off 19 yards there, and again, Valley showing no sign for the third straight week of being able to stop their opponent.
We're getting blocked on the outside. We're not setting the edge, forcing people back in. Only one time when Jackson Land came up and made a play and forced the Paoli running back to cut it back inside to where the pursuit is, and we're able to stop that outside run. They're just carving us on the perimeter.
And straight up the middle, this time goes Carmichael, crosses midfield, brought down by Adam George on the play, but the gain is for 4 to the 48. It'll bring up now a second down and 6 situation here for the Rams.
Impressed with the Rams' ball handling so far in a wet and cold night. They've been able to execute all their fakes, their different ball handling operations, and it's been flawless with the football so far. No effect for them in the wet conditions, unlike it has been for Valley, I think.
Equipment problem for Valley fixed, ready to go again. And hand off to the second man through. That is Vincent. He's got a big hole, racing it down the right sideline, makes a cut. He's at the 20 to the 15, and he'll go down around the 14-yard line. Now, Vincent just faked the handoff and took off with it. That's the first time he's done that tonight. And Valley couldn't figure out who had the ball, and by the time they did, Vincent was off to the races. He'll go for 35 yards all the way down to the 13-yard line, and Paoli on the verge of their third score here.
Good play call. The quarterback keeper with the fake up inside to give the Rams an extra blocker. Vincent followed the back and got big yardage.
And off to Carmichael, straight ahead running, still on his feet. Valley trying to tackle high, and Carmichael gets into the end zone for the, oh no, they're going to say, I thought the officials went up for the score.
Marked him down.
They're going to mark him down at the half-yard line.
So a tough break for Mr. Carmichael. Who had a chance to get a touchdown, does not. But
look for him to get it again here.
Seems to be an inevitable occurrence right here as the Rams continue to march up and down the field.
Down Valley's throat again. Carmichael in the backfield. Let's see if he gets the call again. He does. He drives forward, and he is in. Touchdown for the Rams. Somebody a little excited up there or something in the press box.
Yeah, they may knock our booth down. The way it's going, if the pounding upstairs, the enthusiasm continues, and you see why the Rams would be happy. It's 20-0.
So 3 for 3 for the Rams on their 3 possessions. This time they needed just 6 plays. 2 minutes and 22 seconds to go. They're 76 yards. So it doesn't seem to matter where Valley puts them in field position. The opposition just marches it relentlessly down the field. Now Rams will go for 2. Pitch to Carmichael. Turns it upfield. Make that Ian Strange. He's into the end zone. Pack another 2 on for Paoli. And this one slowly getting out of hand for Springs Valley once again. Time out of the field. 8:07 to go first half. On the Fast Eddie's Country Store daily scoreboard, it's now Paoli 22. Springs Valley nothing. Back with more Blackhawks football in just a moment.
Give your favorite pet some tender loving care with a visit to Julie's Wags and Whiskers in Paoli. Julie Apple and her staff specialize in pampering your furry friend with the best in grooming products and treatments. Needing hair trimmed, a manicure, or anything else? Just schedule a day spa at Julie's Wags and Whiskers to have your best friend looking as good as ever. For grooming services to keep your canine looking fine or your kitty looking pretty, bring them to Julie's Wags and Whiskers just off Highway 37 on East Hospital Road in Paoli. Call 723-3110.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top-quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
trying to make it a miserable night for the Hawks along with the rain. They put 3 touchdowns on the board as they kick off once again, fielded by, I believe that is Drake Terry in the middle of the field. It is, and he's able to run it forward and get it out over the 40. So even though Valley's had the better field position tonight, they have been unable to move the football, but that has not been the story for this Paoli squad as they are moving at will. And now we'll see if the Hawks can respond here, down by 3 scores.
We need to show some toughness on this
44.
possession, Mike. Show some grit. Down 22-0, bad night, easy to roll over. We got to figure out a way to show some grit, move the football, and get some points.
And off to Wyatt Perkiser, and again, he won't find a whole lot of running room on that little misdirection play. Maybe got to the 45, and that is about it. I'll spot it out, actually, maybe closer to the 46. We'll call it the 46, so he gets a 2-yard gain on the play. That'll bring up now a 2nd down and 8. Matt Cooper and the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ Incorporated are proud of our young leaders that excel between the lines and in the classroom. BRCJ salutes the parents, leaders, teachers, and coaches for their support of these activities. Nice run here for the Hawks as Perkiser again on the carry, this time out close to first down yardage as Valley back into Paoli territory. That'll be a gain of 7 on the play. So the Hawks looking at a 3rd down and 1.
That's our best play, the inside counter trap. Perkiser coming around from the left to the right, cuts that inside with the trap blocking inside. Gets a nice gain, 3rd and 1.
Quarterback keeper, Braden Whitaker, I think he's got the first down as he pounds his way down inside the 45-yard line. So that'll be the first 3rd down conversion of the Hawks for the Hawks here tonight. Just their 3rd now of the ball game. It is a 3-yard gain on the play to the 44 for Mr. Whitaker, and it'll be a 1st and 10 now. Continuing on with BRCJ. Again, they salute the parents, teachers, and coaches for their support of these activities because life is a team sport. Go Hawks from everyone at the surveyors and engineers at BRCJ. On 1st down and 10, it is Colby Lowe this time carrying the football, and again, nothing doing there, and Colby will lose a bunch of yards.
Big time play by Matt Webb. He was blocked out on the perimeter, and he just shoved the Valley blocker way out of the way and said, "You're not blocking me." And he went after the ball carrier, made a big defensive stop for the Rams. 2nd down and 15 now as we lose 5 on that one.
So again, you know, with better weather conditions, Valley would be throwing the ball a lot more, but they are very limited in what they can do. And that one lost yardage, so Valley looking at a 2nd down and long. Perkiser in motion to the far side. Back to throw is Whitaker.
Got heavy pressure.
In trouble. Tries to get out of it. He's hit, and he'll go down. All the way inside the 40, down to about the 36-yard line.
Got an unblocked rusher from the right end position as the Rams sent one more player than the Valley had to block him with, and Whitaker tried to backpedal to get out of the trouble. Needed to throw the ball away, did not, and it's a huge loss.
That was Austin Ferris that came in from his outside linebacker position, virtually unevaded, and Whitaker had no chance, and now we've got, it looks like an injured Hawk here down on the field. No, it's a Paoli player.
It's a Ram, couldn't quite see it. Players are going to take a knee, and the Hawks have a chance to reevaluate the situation a little bit. 3rd and 31. Not sure how many plays Coach Hammond and Coach Harris have in the playbook for that one. We'll have to get creative.
15-yard loss on that sack. So the Hawks looking at a 3rd down and Valine. 3rd and 30. Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink, all for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. And thanks to Dave Childers and his staff, the Q100 sports staff, back to getting those terrific Chicago's pizzas.
Well, speak for yourself. I didn't get any free Chicago's pizza.
Well, you got to be in the right place.
Where's the pizza at? Is it here? I don't see it.
It's somewhere.
I don't see any pizza. So not the entire WFLQ sports staff, just part of the WFLQ
the right
staff.
ones. Yeah.
That was Matt Webb there, who was injured. He comes off the field on his own power. Hopefully he's okay. He had made that tremendous play just one snap before that one.
The Valley, even with the wind at their back, going the wrong way now. 3rd and 30 back at their own 36. They had it 1st and 10 at the Paoli 44, and now Zach Carnes comes off. Looks like Valley broke the huddle with 12. Inside handoff, the ball is fumbled, and Paoli has got it. Tyler Smith falls on top of it. Bad exchange there between Whitaker and Wyatt Perkiser, and the Hawks have their first turnover of the ball game. It's bad enough the way things are going tonight, but Valley exacerbates the situation by coughing it up, and now Paoli has it in terrific field position now at the Springs Valley 34-yard line.
First thing you got to do when you're in a big hole is quit digging, and the Hawks hurt themselves. They need to stop that. Fumble, and then gives Paoli the ball back in very good field position, and the Rams have not been stopped yet tonight. And they look to really continue to put the nails in the coffin.
Already up 22-0, 4:58 to go, first half on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. Back in there is Ty Lawson, and this is Tyler Smith carrying the football. Nice tackle made by Adam George to limit Smith to a reasonably short gain, at least a lot shorter than what they've had. They'll mark the ball to 32, so only a 2-yard gain for Tyler Smith there, probably his shortest run that he's had. He's already starting to have a big night, his 8th carry now for 47 yards. Smith alone in the backfield, and keeping it is Lawson. Oh, he's tripped up. Nice job there by Zach Carnes. As Lawson went by, he was tripped up by Zach Carnes. He will, they'll mark the ball, though, at the 25, so that'll be a 7-yard pickup. So the Rams looking still at a 3rd down and 1. So even when Valley makes a nice play there, probably might have saved a touchdown.
Well, the previous time they ran that play, they got 39 yards. At least we did a little bit better there. A good backside pursuit by Zach, who came from the other side, away from the play side of the defense there, and made a shoestring tackle, making it 3rd and 1.
Easterday takes the snap, hands off to Smith, and he is racked up after a short gain, but wouldn't you know, the times where they only need a yard is when they only give up 2. But it's another first down at the 22-yard line, 3-yard pickup there for Smith. The chains move, and Paoli continues on now as we're at 3.5 minutes remaining here in this first half.
And officially the 11th first down of the game for the Rams, 10 by the run, 1 by that one completed pass.
Burton in motion, back to throw, is Lawson into the end zone. It is caught, touchdown. Dietrich Sears hauls it in the corner of the end zone, and Paoli has scored again. So, again, they catch Valley flat-footed and go to the air, and Sears wide open on that near corner, jumps up, hauls it in, and Paoli has yet another score with 3:13 remaining in this first half as the lead increases now to 28-0.
Well, when it rains, it pours, literally, and it's pouring down all over the heads as the dark clouds are all on the Valley side at the moment, as the Rams are really loving life here at Cook Field tonight.
And Paoli will go for 2, and it's Timmy Burton on the pitch, able to turn the corner. Getting out there for the Hawks that time was Justin Shipman to try to cut him down. He actually undercut him, but not before Burton gets into the end zone for the score, and Paoli making this one a lapper. 3:13 to go, first half. On the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard, it's now Paoli 30 and the Hawks nothing. We'll continue with more Springs Valley football right after this.
Let's say your kid or an envious coworker posted on social media that you're going on vacation. While you're excited about your time away, you're concerned that your empty home may be at risk. Leave your worries at home and pack peace of mind when you sign up for Smithville Security. Our #1 rated Honeywell Lyric home automation system provides full protection, and you can monitor your home from miles away. Simple, smart, safe, Smithville. Find out how to pack peace of mind and leave worries behind at smithvillesecurity.com.
Valley can't stop the bleeding. They can't stop the rain either. And Paoli using the combination to build a big lead here. We're still not to halftime yet. As Ian Strange kicking off once again. Another short boot. This time Cole Cooper will field it at the 29. And his feet go out from under him as he gets it up to about the 34-yard line. Don't forget, coming up, our Tracy Tucker at Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance halftime report. Our senior spotlight this evening is quarterback Braden Whitaker. And my interview tonight is with Springs Valley's new principal, Kyle Nykem, taking over for Jim Bush, who
How
moved
convenient on a Paoli game night.
Yeah.
That it's Kyle.
Absolutely. Ball at the 35 now. Valley with it. First down and 10. Going with the wind. Man in motion. And quarterback keeper. Nice little run there for Braden Whitaker as he faked the handoff to Perkaiser coming across. And then Braden just tucked it, drove it forward, gets it up to the 41-yard line, so that'll be a gain of 6.
Not 100% sure that was exactly the play design, but I do think Springs Valley, as the season progresses, needs to use the quarterback run a lot more. They can get an extra blocker in there that can help free their running game a little bit, and Whitaker's big and strong enough to carry the ball some. I think that's something that the coaches need to really look at. Put him as a ball carrier and try to establish the run like that.
Second down and 4 now for the Hawks. Out of the pistol, Whitaker play action, looks to throw. Oh, he tried the little dump pass to Zach Carnes, and a Paoli defender got a hand on that one. But again, it looks like Braden Whitaker continuing to struggle with just hanging on to the football right now.
I think he must have smaller hands maybe, and he's struggling with the wetness of the ball. I'm not sure that's something that the Hawks practice a lot. And he's just really struggling to grip it. You can tell him he's just kind of shoving the ball out there rather than really gripping it hard and firing it.
Braden now 0 for 4.
They want to consider some
passing department.
I want to consider some gloves for him at halftime, maybe.
Right. So 3rd and 4 now. In motion is Perkaiser looking for first down yardage, and I think he's going to be stopped short. He needed to get to the 45-yard line. They'll stop him about the 44. As again, Paoli a little bit bigger with that line. And it will be a 3-yard gain for Wyatt. And it'll be 4th down and 1. And again, decision time here for Mark Hammond. With 1:52 to go here in this first half of play. You give up the football here, and the Rams have excellent field position to try to punch it in. They'd have plenty of time. Down to 5 seconds to go, and I think Valley's going to have to take a timeout, and they will. So they'll talk about things. They'll have a 4th and 1 when we come back at their own 44. The score reads Paoli 30, Valley nothing on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. We'll continue with more Blackhawks football right after this timeout.
Do you want to begin again? At Springs Valley Bank and Trust, you can begin again with our Spring Back checking account. Don't qualify for a traditional checking account? No problem. Springs Valley Spring Back Checking is designed for those who want to reestablish a positive banking history and be in control of their own personal finances. Call, click, or stop by any banking center to learn more about Spring Back Checking and how you can begin again. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top-quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
Mark Hammond, a gambler, from their own 44, 4th and 1. Hawks are going to go for it. 1:42 to go in the half, and on the quarterback keeper, Braden Whitaker's not going to make it. He faked the handoff into Kirkgeiser. Paoli didn't buy it, and Whitaker, trying to fight for the first down marker, does not get it, and the Hawks will indeed give it up on downs. And now the Rams are in excellent field position at the Valley 44-yard line.
Well, good defense up front by the Rams. They're dominating the ball, really up front on both sides of the ball. Tyler Smith inside at nose guard, Michael Campbell, Jace Ingles, some of their bigger people, just beating us up front, getting penetration early on, and the Hawks trying to go up the gut on 4th and 1. Tried again the quarterback follow. I think that was the right call. Got a bigger ball carrier right there, but it didn't work, and the Rams take over trying to really run it up here in the first half, already up 30.
They got plenty of time. Handoff goes off now to Ian Strange, turns it upfield, gets tripped up as he'll carry it down to about the 35-yard line. They'll be stopped shy. 9-yard pickup for Strange. It'll bring up now a 2nd down and 1. You know, in the past, the Rams have pretty much gone out of a no-huddle, but they are really huddling up for the most part here. So a little bit of a change.
I think they're playing enough guys both ways. They're trying to shorten the game a bit and really be careful with it.
Look out for the play action here. Vincent in there at quarterback, pitches it off to Smith, or to Ian Strange. Turning the corner, he finds some good running room. He lost the football, but it went out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Rams. I think he did get out of bounds, so that'll stop the clock with 51 seconds to go. It will give Paoli another first down. Oh, wait a minute here. We do have a penalty flag called back at the 32-yard line, and this is going to go against the Rams. So Valley gets a big break here.
Did not see the penalty until late. Looked like it might have been a hold. Somebody grabbed a hold of a pursuing Valley defender from the backside, so that'll back up the Rams all the way back to the 43-yard line, at least momentarily slowing them down.
So this will bring up instead now a 2nd and 12.
And a huge wind gust just came through. Eldenborough was flying everywhere, upside down and everywhere.
Yeah.
It is cold and wet.
Back to throw is Vincent. He's lobbing it up, and the pass is complete, or no, it is caught.
Yeah.
I was looking at the wrong receiver, Dietrich Sears, but Dawson Easterday was the underneath man, and he made the reception down at the 21-yard line. Boy, the Rams are just doing it all, aren't they? Just doing it all right now. So Easterday on the reception to the 21. That's a gain of 22 yards and another first down for Paoli. And he did get out of bounds as well. So still 46 seconds to go here in the first half, and the Rams have all 3 of their timeouts. It's going to be tough here for Valley to stop them now. Back to throw is Vincent. Rolls to his right. Fires over the middle, and the pass caught and then dropped. Sears, the intended receiver, but he heard footsteps as Raheem Bell was bearing down on him, and Sears could not hang on to it. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 now for the Rams from the Valley 21.
Rams trying to empty their playbook a little bit, use this as a glorified practice session here in a situation where they may need to use it. 40 seconds to go rather in the half. They put it up 5 times.
Empty backfield here. In motion is Smith. He gets it on the pitch to the near side. Bowls over a Valley player that time. That was Isaiah Pantier. He just lowered his shoulder and just knocked Isaiah back about 3 or 4 yards. That's just the power these Rams have. Smith carries it down to the 9. That's a 12-yard gain, and now it is 1st and goal for the Rams. So looking pretty inevitable, as though Paoli will punch it in for their 5th score here.
They went on the clock, so they didn't get out of bounds.
I guess not. Meredith in motion. Ball is loose. It's fumbled. Scramble for it, and the Hawks come up with it. Adam George able to fall on top of it. Make that Raheem Bell that was able to fall on top of it for Valley, as Vincent just pulled out a little too soon, never had full control of the football, and as he was tackled, the ball squirted free, and Raheem able to fall on top of it. And with 21 seconds to go, it looks like for now the Hawks have thwarted Paoli's scoring opportunity.
I've been marveling at the ball security and the cleverness of how well they've taken care of it tonight in these wet conditions, but that time the Rams turn it over.
So the ball back at the 16-yard line, and I assume Valley will probably be content here just to Maybe take a knee.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. I think he may try to run something.
Here is Whitaker. Inside handoff to Colby Lowe. He's got some nice running room as he bowls his way out to the 24-yard line.
I think he just wanted a positive play to get in at the half. Now there's a lot of whistles out there on the field. It's like someone maybe put a timeout.
Stops the clock with 10 seconds to go. Looks like maybe an injured Paoli player, or is he just down on his haunches?
I think he's just resting. I think the timeout was taken by Springs Valley.
Okay. 8-yard gain, though, for Colby Lowe, his best run. Will set up a 2nd and 2, but again, just 10 seconds left, and the Hawks are 76 yards from pay dirt. Matt Cooper and the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ Incorporated are proud of our young leaders that excel between the lines and in the classroom. BRCJ salutes the parents, teachers, and coaches for all their support of these activities because life is a team sport. Go Hawks from everyone at BRCJ Surveyors and Engineers.
Just got to take care of the ball here. Nothing real risky, but again, you want to get a little momentum, go to the half, feel a little bit better about yourself.
Carnes in motion. He stops. Whitaker inside handoff to Perkiser. Breaks it into the open. Makes a nice cut out to the 40. Still on his feet to the 45 and all the way to the 50-yard line. And, of course, wouldn't you know, Valley gets those nice runs when time runs out here in the first half. But that's encouraging. And hopefully the Hawks can carry that over and make a game of things in the second half. But the first 24 minutes, certainly the Valley team would like to forget. Now the team officials have not left the field. Paoli has left. Valley is still out there. I don't know what's going on here. And now I think they're calling the Paoli players back here. I'm not sure. I don't see any penalty flags out on the field here.
Did they give Valley a timeout? Maybe it was like a half second to go or something.
That could have been.
The scoreboard's already cleared it to 50. Yeah, they're adding 1.2 to the clock.
Okay.
I guess Coach Hammond got the quick timeout there. He'll have one chance at it. Now the wind's at Whitaker's back. I guess he'd have at least some chance to heave it up to the end zone and throw the miracle Hail Mary. Now, I don't know whether you're going to have time to throw that against the Paoli rush or whether Whitaker in these conditions can grip the ball well enough to get it there. I doubt it.
Right.
But as it is, Coach Hammond says, hey, we're coming here to play, not to run the halftime. Let's give it one more shot.
So a 25-yard run there by Wyatt, Valley's best run from scrimmage tonight. They've got it at their own 49, but only 1 second left. So look for Whitaker to try to heave it up here and hope for a Hail Mary. Here is Whitaker dropping back to throw. Looks, and he just throws up a lame duck, and it's intercepted by Sears. He's to the 45, to the 40, still on his feet, trying to break to the outside, and he's brought down from behind, fortunately, after he made a cut. For Valley, it was Ryan Tao that came in and spilled him, and that will do it. It will officially go as an interception, Valley's second turnover of the night. Fortunately, since it was the last play of the half, Paoli would have had to have run it all the way back to get a score. So the fumble by Paoli keeps them from their fifth touchdown, and even though Whitaker intercepted, he was tackled. That was Sears that made the interception, and will bring us to the end of this first half of play. Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink, all for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. At the end of the first half, from Cook Field in Paoli on the 57th Orange Bowl on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard, it is Paoli 30, Springs Valley nothing. You're listening to Springs Valley High School Football.
Hello, Valley football fans from Valley Marathon, where you can satisfy your gas tank and also satisfy your hunger with grilled chicken sandwich for just $2.89, or have a fresh grilled tenderloin for $3.59. We now offer big 44-ounce soft drinks for only 99 cents, and 2-liter Pepsi products just 99 cents at Valley Marathon.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
It's Triple Truffle time at Dairy Queen of Springs Valley. Have a Triple Truffle Blizzard of the month or the $5 lunch, 3 pieces of chicken, fries, drink, and sundae for just $5 at Dairy Queen in French Lick.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
Caring people make the difference at Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick.
You can feel it the minute you walk into Springs Valley Meadows. We're the experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. We're here to help you and your family find answers, solutions, and peace of mind. In fact, we become an extension of your family. For more information about Springs Valley Meadows, Highway 145, French Lick, visit ASCSeniorCare.com.
Or call Springs Valley Meadows at 936-9991.
Before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley High School football.
Blackhawk and IU basketball, a winning shot every time. Hear them here on WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Mike Hamilton along with Kevin Terrell back at Cook Field here in Paoli, where Valley trails here at the break 30-0 to the host Rams in the 57th Orange Bowl. Rams, just like we saw from Eastern Green and Mitchell, being pretty much unstoppable offensively. The only time that they did not score was when they fumbled. That was Garrett Vincent that coughed it up as Paoli was driving for what they thought would be their 5th score right before halftime. But after Valley went 3 and out, the Rams took their first possession, went 52 yards in 5 plays in 2 minutes and 4 seconds, capped off by a Tyler Smith 4-yard run, that at the 7:38 mark of the opening quarter. Timmy Burton ran it in for the 2-point conversion. Rams had a quick 8-0 lead. Valley actually moved the ball. They got a couple of first downs on their next series, but gave it up on downs. That allowed Paoli to take over at their own 32-yard line. They proceeded to go 68 yards in 10 plays in 4 minutes and 28 seconds. As Timmy Burton this time, an end around from 15 yards out, 8 seconds into the second quarter. The pass for the 2-point conversion was no good, but Paoli still had a 14-0 lead at that point. Again, another 3 and out for Valley, set up Paoli 1st and 10 at their own 24. They needed just 6 plays this time to go to 76 yards in 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Austin Carmichael doing the bulk of the work. He bowled his way in from a yard out with 8:07 to go in the first half. He and Strange then was able to run it in for the 2-point conversion, and it was 22-0 in favor of Paoli at that point. They would score one more time as Valley fumbled the football at their own 36-yard line. Paoli recovered at the 34 and needed just 4 plays to punch it in, as this time Ty Lawson hit Dietrich Sears in the near corner of the end zone for the score at the 3:13 mark. Burton ran it in again for the 2-point conversion, and that's where we stand right now, with the Rams leading big over Valley 30-0 on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. When we come back, we'll begin the Agent Tracy Tucker at Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance halftime report. Stay with us. This is Springs Valley High School football.
The Springs Valley Halftime Report is presented by Agent Tracy Tucker at Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. For proper insurance coverage, stop knocking on wood. Call Tracy for your free review at 723-2704.
Being a lifelong resident of Orange County, Agent Tracy Tucker at Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance has taken pride in helping our hardworking people protect their earnings with their many financial plans, while at the same time saving them money by insuring what they value most: life, home, and auto. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance has insured Hoosiers for more than 70 years. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're part of your life. Call Agent Tracy Tucker in Paoli at 723-2704 for more information on Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We welcome you back as we continue on with our Agent Tracy Tucker at Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance Halftime Report. As we get to this point, it's always our interview with somebody prominent in the Springs Valley community. And even though he is relatively new to Springs Valley, you might have known him from his years at Paoli, 9 years to be exact, as assistant teacher, assistant principal, might even as volleyball coach. But first of all, Kyle Nycom, welcome in as the new principal here at Springs Valley, and I assume that you're thrilled to be a part of the Valley community.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Very excited. My family and I have taken this opportunity and come on board, and we know that with the change that was so quick, to the beginning of the school year, it made things really difficult to get going, but we've really enjoyed it. The staff has been great. Students have been great. We've had a lot of, good feedback from just all stakeholders, school board members, everybody. It's been a very, very easy transition, but it's been easy because everybody here has made it that way, so we really appreciate that.
Well, you were telling me before we got started here that you didn't really have a whole lot of time when the previous principal, Jim Bush, left. There had to be a quick turnaround to be able to get ready for this new school year.
Yeah, we had 2 weeks before the school year started, so we definitely came in, and those 2 weeks are almost a blur now looking back because we had so many things that we had to get in line, but we also, wanted to make sure that we got some of the basics down, and we got a good discipline protocol set and came in and kind of restructured some things, and like I said, everybody was looking for some change, I think, is what, Springs Valley was wanting, and the staff, and they took everything, and we hit the ground running and never looked back. And I feel very proud about that. I'm proud of our staff for everything that they have endured with the many changes that took place, just in this first month of school. But like I said, they've done a fantastic job, and we couldn't ask for a better staff as far as getting something started. And that was something that throughout the interview process promised, school board and Mr. Whitaker that we weren't going to take a step backwards and sit back and reflect on things. We were going to hit the ground running and make sure that we, had everything that was in place that we needed to. And I think that, having the supportive staff that we did and, the support from central office, Mr. Whitaker, and the school board, we've done that. And I think that we're off on a fantastic start.
You kind of touched on what I was going to lead into, and obviously when you take over a job, you don't want it the principal's job to be in chaos. It seemed like everything was pretty well in order, and it's just a matter of keeping on in terms of what you've always been doing.
Yeah, that's something, we have to make sure, regardless, whenever we take new positions or we go into new areas of our career field, my advice to anybody would be make sure to play to your strengths first. And that way, whenever the things come up that are your weaknesses, you've already built that rapport with your staff and stuff like that, because there's a lot of things that they have already taught me, just this first month that have helped me as a principal. But it's those things, too, that I had to have that built up before they were comfortable coming to me and letting me know some of the issues that, try to avoid this and giving me advice here and there and trying to make the best, decisions for our corporation as a whole. That's been something that it's been very positive that we have witnessed here, in this first month and a half. But like I said, I don't see anything slowing that down, and we've got a lot of good positive energy in our building, and we're going to continue that.
Kyle, tell us a little bit about your family and how they've accepted the change.
Well, I'm gone a lot more, that's for sure, because my wife, she's being a single mom a lot of the times. But Virginia and the girls, they've done a great job of, supporting me and knowing that this was a goal for our family, to have a principal opportunity, at a school building and do the things and work really hard. I just try to make sure that I set a good example for our girls, that they see that honesty and hard work, that those things pay off. And I think that that's something that I've always learned from my granny and mom and dad, and they just passed that on to me. So it was something that I wanted to make sure that if we were going to build something here, it was going to come off of those same building blocks. You be honest with people, you be upfront, but you make sure they see how hard you work. And everyone here, I think that they see I'm kind of the crazy man that's always running around all the time, all over the place. But if I'm wanting people, to follow in my lead and to work hard, I need to be the first one that's doing that.
And while there is that natural rivalry between Springs Valley and Paoli, I guess it's good from the standpoint you didn't go far, because I know you developed a lot of good relationships and a lot of friendships while at Paoli.
Oh, yeah. We still have all of our friends, that are there from Paoli. We had a great staff that was there as well. But the things that, through coaching and stuff like that, I had coached against Coach Akers and Coach Carnes and just everybody else that I was involved with administration. I was already familiar with Mr. Whitaker and Mr. Wolford and stuff like that. So, having those relationships and then just building better ones, on top of what we had already done, those were very positive. And that was something that my family and I felt very confident that as we came here, we were going to have those things. And, like I said, there was a lot of rivalry. There's stories, that I'm sure Coach Carnes and myself could sit down and talk about, just different matches and through the battles, all the years and things like that. But it's something that, to be honest, it's been very healthy to stay, close to where our home was, so we didn't have to move or anything. It made the transition much easier, and we're very happy. And like I said, Springs Valley, this has been a great fit for us. We knew it was going to be, and we're excited that, when our girls get started, down here in school and everything, they're going to be on a really good path. So that makes us very happy about that.
All right. Well, Kyle, we appreciate you taking time from your busy schedule to join us. Looking forward to working with you as the months and the school years continue to roll along. I know you've got the one thing, whenever I've talked to principals here at Springs Valley, they've always talked about how good the staff is underneath them, and that's what you need to make everything successful. So we certainly, on behalf of all of us here at Q100, wish you a very successful tenure.
Yeah, thanks, Mike, and we're going to continue this, and I hope that Springs Valley will keep us around, myself and my family, for a very long time, because we want to get our roots here and get everything going. Like I said, we're very excited about this, to have this opportunity.
And that is Kyle Nykum, the new principal here at Springs Valley High School, joining us on our halftime report. We'll take a break and be back with more in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football. Being a lifelong resident of Orange County, Agent Tracy Tucker at Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance has taken pride in helping our hardworking people protect their earnings with their many financial plans, while at the same time saving them money by insuring what they value most: life, home, and auto. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance has insured Hoosiers for more than 70 years. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're part of your life. Call Agent Tracy Tucker in Paoli at 723-2704 for more information on Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
Springs Valley senior quarterback Braden Whitaker. Your power station for Blackhawk sports is Q100 WFLQ.
Our Springs Valley halftime report continues now with Senior Spotlight, where we talk with a senior member of the Blackhawks football team and get to know him just a little bit better. Tonight I'm chatting with quarterback Braden Whitaker, the son of Tony and Julie Whitaker. Braden, first of all, how do you balance playing sports with your academics?
I'm not going to lie, it's pretty hard. There's a lot of late nights, coming home after practice, doing a lot of things in school I don't understand yet, so that takes a lot of time. A lot of late nights, like I said, and hopefully I get a couple good grades in there, average the grade out. So,
all right, what's your favorite part about playing football?
Favorite part about playing football is the offense. I like, throwing the ball. I love the long balls and scoring touchdowns.
What's been your biggest thrill so far about playing football here at Valley?
I think my favorite part about playing football is playing those big games, the county rivals, and just the conference games in general. I love the sport.
Have you made plans yet on what you're going to do after graduation?
I'm not really sure yet. I don't know if I want to go to a smaller school to play sports or go to a bigger school and just get the degree. But, yeah, like I said, I'm just...
Tell us a little bit about your family and the support that they've given you.
I have a great family. I mean, my mom and dad came. I don't think they missed a single one of my games at all throughout my however many years I've been playing sports. And then I have my grandma. She comes to a lot of the games, home games especially. And then I have a uncle. He tries to come to a lot of the games. And I have a really, really, really great family.
Always a lot of fun when they are so supportive and have your back.
Oh yeah, I love it.
All right, let's move, Braden, to the lightning round. I'm going to ask you for a favorite something, and you're going to spit it out, and we're going to try to run through this as fast as we can. So if you're ready, here we go. Your favorite food?
Steak.
Sports team?
Reds.
Video game?
Madden.
Class?
Math.
Teacher?
Reynolds.
Restaurant?
Texas Roadhouse.
Hobby?
Basketball.
Car?
Toyota Tundra.
All right. Finally, Braden, who has had the biggest influence on you so far in your life?
I'd say it's probably my dad. He's been a pretty successful person in his life. Hopefully, I can be the man that he is someday to my kids, being the kind of dad that he is. So, yeah, definitely my dad.
Definitely a great role model to everybody, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Braden, thanks for joining us and spending time and letting us get to know you a little bit better, and we wish you the very best of luck the rest of the year.
Mike, it's been my pleasure.
And I've been talking with senior quarterback Braden Whitaker, and this has been Senior Spotlight, heard at halftime of all Blackhawks football games during the 2017 season. I'm along next to go over the first half stats as our Springs Valley halftime report continues here on Q100.
The Springs Valley Halftime Report is a presentation by Agent Tracy Tucker at Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Protect your earnings by calling Tracy in Paoli at 723-2704.
We welcome you back to Cook Field in Paoli on this miserable rainy night with the wind whipping up. Valley trailing 30-0 as Javon Gilmore kicks off, picked up at the 39-yard line. Grabbing the football for Paoli is Chaz Beck, and he will give the Rams good field position all the way out at their own 45-yard line. Good to hear from Braden Whitaker, our senior spotlight. We'll have one throughout the rest of the year, 7 seniors on the squad, so we'll get everybody represented. We'll take a look at the numbers here as we move along as well. Paoli outgaining Valley 305-60 in that first half of play. On first down and 10, this is Tyler Smith carrying, straight ahead running. Picks up about 5 yards to midfield. It'll bring up now a second down and 5. 248 of those on the ground for the Rams, 26 carries, 3 of 5 passing for the two quarterbacks for Paoli, 57 yards, 13 first downs. Valley held to just 3. And Paoli only got to third down twice in that. On the pitch, this is Ian Strange trying to get to the outside, looking for running room. Finds a little bit, but not a whole lot. He'll be stopped shy of the first down. Colton Reynolds making the stop for Valley. It'll be a gain of 4, though, for Strange. And the Rams will be looking at a third down and 1 here on their first possession of the second half, leading 30-0 on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard.
Got some young kids in there for Springs Valley getting a taste of it. Adam George on the field, 5'7", a sophomore, getting a crack at it.
And the handoff, Tyler Smith. He's got first down yardage and then some, just powering his way off the left side, inside the 40 and down to about the 39. So Paoli picking up right where they left off. Gain of 7 on the play for Tyler Smith. That'll bring up a 1st and 10 as Paoli back into Springs Valley territory.
Tell you what, Mike, in football at the high school level, when you cannot stop the run, it makes up for some long, tough defensive nights out there. And Paoli, like the other two opponents so far, have really run it down our throat all night.
Here's Ian Strange, caught in the backfield, but manages to evade a couple of tacklers there, and is going to end up picking up about 4 or 5 yards on the play. So again, Valley trying to tackle high, and it's just not going to work, even on the high school level. And Strange able to turn probably a 3 or 4 yard loss into a gain of about 6 yards on the play down to the 33. It'll set up now a 2nd down and 4.
Just got underneath, lowering his pad level, pounding the ball up in there, and then running through people, keeping the legs churning. He's got 118 yards and on a pace for another big night against us.
Smith, the lone setback, he gets the call, straight ahead running. He'll be close to another 1st down as he works his way inside the 30, down around the 28-yard line. In fact, it will be, well, now they're going to say his knee touched back at the 29. And now the officials will measure it or eyeball it, and they are going to say it is a 1st down. So give Smith a gain of 4 to the 29. 1st and 10 now. Garrett Vincent in there at quarterback. Smith in the backfield. Burton in motion. Handoff to Smith once again. He just continues to drive forward and pick up 4 and 5 yards at a clip. Down to the 24 that time to set up now a 2nd down and 5.
Soften up your defense as they run right off tackle. Inside the guards, right off the center. Looking, probing, constantly looking for the weak spot of your defense, and eventually they bust it outside on you.
They moved it back to the 26. Here's the option. Lawson keeps the football, able to turn the right corner and pick up good yardage inside the 20 and down near the 15-yard line. By the way, I think the field is held up pretty well for the most part. Starting to get a little wear and tear, but there's a 10-yard pickup for Mr. Lawson, and Paoli driving deeper and deeper into Valley territory on their first possession of the 3rd quarter, already leading 30-0. Smith, the lone setback, out of that flex bone. Handoff goes to Smith. Or no, it is Lawson keeping the ball this time, and he's able to pound his way. He faked the handoff to Smith, and then drove it down close to the 10-yard line. In fact, they'll spot it at the 10, give them a gain of 5 on the play. It'll set up now a 2nd down and 5. You know, one thing in Paoli's defense, Kevin, they do have a lot of guys back. They've returned 8 starters on offense and 4 starters from their defense from last year's squad. So a lot of experience.
They took their lump last year, 4 and 6.
Right.
But you earn that, and then you get a chance to have that type of experience. It helps you the following year. And then there's a timeout taken by Paoli. Their coach is not happy with the offensive execution getting ready to go there. They'll take a timeout and talk about it.
So will we, with 7:39 to go, 3rd quarter on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. Rams lead the Hawks in the Orange Bowl 30-0. Back with more Springs Valley football in just a moment.
This is John Storm for Bedford Ford Lincoln here in Bedford, Indiana, the used car capital with the largest selection of used vehicles you've ever seen. Trucks, SUVs, cars, we have them all in stock with over 100 to choose from for immediate delivery, on-the-spot financing, vehicles starting at $39.77. That's right, $39.77, all the way up to anything you might want at the used car capital, Bedford Ford Lincoln, Bedford, Indiana, just south of White River Bridge.
Ravens using a timeout, though they're looking at a 2nd and 5 now at the Valley 10-yard line, threatening to put 6 more on the board. Ty Lawson in there at quarterback, Smith in the setback, back to throw Lawson. going for the corner of the end zone, going for Dawson Easterday, and he overthrew him. Tried for a quick pass to that far corner of the end zone. Zach Carnes covering on the play for the Hawks. It'll bring up now a 3rd down and 5 now at the 10.
That's the type of play you run just because you can. They run the fade route into the corner, trying to execute a timing type route. Did not work. The ball was well overthrown. It's 3rd and 5.
Easterday and Sears, the wideouts. Hand off to Smith. Nope, it's going to go instead to Lawson. He keeps the football because I bought the fake, and everybody on the Springs Valley defense bought the fake as well. Easterday just tucked it, or Lawson just tucked it under his arm and prances 10 yards into the end zone of the Rams. Have 6 more on the board with 7:28 to go here in this 3rd quarter, now up 36-0.
Well, all the plays they have in their deep arsenal out of that flex bone attack, the quarterback follow has been the most effective tonight, I think. They haven't ran it often, but when they have, they've got big yardage going from the right side of their offensive line. Some of their big boys up front really doing the job. Coleman, Engel, Campbell, getting it done.
Paoli going for 2. They'll get it as Lawson hits Dietrich Sears. A little swing pass to the near side, and Sears has it. And add 2 more to Paoli's ever-growing total. 7:28 to go, 3rd quarter on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. It's now the Rams 38 and the Blackhawks nothing. We'll continue with more Spring Valley football in just a moment.
A salute to football players and fans in the annual Orange County Bowl from the Riley family and employees at Riley Oil on East Main Street in Paoli. Family owned and operated, serving Orange County since 1971. For Marathon 24-hour pay at the pump service, VP Racing Fuel, and kerosene, stop at Riley Oil in Paoli. For auto and truck maintenance, including computerized engine analysis, stop at Riley Oil in Paoli. Maintain your manufacturer warranty by scheduling service today at Riley Oil in Paoli. Call 723-2294.
What's better than enjoying a fine meal at 33 Brick Street in French Lick? Savoring each mouth-watering bite on their outdoor patio and courtyard. Enhance your 33 Brick Street dining experience by taking in the open air during these warm months. Their patio and courtyard, featuring a fire pit, is perfect for special occasions or events, including wedding receptions, anniversaries, birthdays, and more. They can even design a special menu for your event. Make your reservations by calling 33 Brick Street at 936-3370. That's 936-3370. 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick. Good food, all in a legendary atmosphere.
Riley's Orange County Quick Lube is proud to sponsor this broadcast for Orange County boasting and bragging rights in the brotherly battle between the Paoli Rams and the Springs Valley Blackhawks. Buzz by for bustling fast service at Riley's Orange County Quick Lube across from the Paoli Walmart. As Strange kicks off, fielding the ball for the Hawks over there on the far side. In fact, maybe Drake Terry again. Nope, it was Wyatt Perkiser. And able to return it about 15 yards out to the 40. Hawks have had pretty good field position tonight, Kevin, but once they start running them from scrimmage, Rams have other ideas about them advancing the ball.
Rams may have some struggles later on in big moments in their kicking game. They don't have a field goal kicker particularly that they've felt comfortable with, and their kickoffs aren't very strong either. Hasn't been a factor tonight, but it might be later on down the road.
Raheem Bell in motion out of the pistol. Whitaker takes the snap, hands off to Perkiser. He fumbles the football, and it's recovered by Paoli. Looked like there was a nice little scene for Wyatt that time off the left side, but as he got tripped up, he lost the football. Valley with their 3rd turnover of the ball game now, and Paoli has the football right back.
Wyatt trying to carry the ball in his right hand, going to his left. I think in the process of trying to switch it to his outside hand, it squirted free. And Paoli, pursuing hard, was able to swoop in there and get the fumble recovery. And just exactly what we didn't need was a 12-second possession, but that's what we got, and the Rams take over once again.
Garrett Vincent back in at quarterback, pitches it off to Burton on the sweep, able to turn the corner. and gets tripped up after about a 5-yard gain, and then a late flag comes in as well. And we'll see what this one is all about. Stops the clock with 7:06 to go here in the third quarter. 38-0 Rams on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. For now, it's about a 6-yard pickup for Burton.
I think that was Meredith, actually. Charlie Meredith back in the game. First carry of the night for Charlie that we have. Able to slide in there. But it's going to come back as the penalty is on Paoli. It looked like unsportsmanlike, I think was the signal.
So if there's anything that has been an Achilles heel for the Rams, it's their penalties. 5th penalty now for 45 yards. So that'll move the ball back to the 47-yard line of Paoli.
And there's going to be a timeout on the field as the Paoli coaches want to talk to the officials about what they call.
So it'll be a 1st and 23 when play resumes. Matt Cooper and the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ Incorporated are proud of our young leaders that excel between the lines and in the classroom. BRCJ salutes the parents, teachers, and coaches for their support of these activities because life is a team sport. Go Hawks from everyone at the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ. So a timeout taken, if it is by the Rams, they're down to just one left here in this half.
Not real sure they're concerned about it a lot, up 38, but it was nice of him to go ahead and spend one there and let us get another ad in. Good that they're being considerate.
Well, certainly. So the ball back at the 47 of the Rams, 1st down and long. And Vincent back up under center, sends Meredith in motion. He gets it on the pitch, trying to turn the corner, looking for running room, still on his feet, breaks it. Still on his feet. He's actually going to pick up a 1st down, folks. Unbelievable. Again, the Hawks, poor tackling techniques. They just simply did not wrap up, and Meredith refused to go down. And on 1st and 23, the Rams get all of them back. I'm not saying the Hawks have given up here, folks. They certainly are playing for pride, but again, they just didn't do what was needed. A run of 23 yards for Charlie Meredith. 1st and 10 now for Paoli at the Springs Valley 30-yard line. In motion is Carmichael. He gets the sweep, trying to get to the outside, gets a nice block, and a good job there made by Adam George to keep Carmichael from getting to the outside. There is another penalty flag down, and hopefully it's a holding call here against Paoli. And it is.
So the Rams have some things to clean up on their end as well. 6th penalty tonight.
Tell you what,
on them.
I've known a lot of officials, Kevin, that when a team is well in front and they just keep trying to, I'm not saying that Paoli's trying to pile it on. We don't know what's going on. Obviously,
they're just running their base
still midway through
point.
The third quarter, but a lot of times you'll see some phantom calls just to try to keep the score down. And, you know, I don't necessarily say that's a good thing, a bad thing, but it happens.
I know one thing, that one official out there with no shirt sleeves on at all, going short sleeves, tougher than I am.
And here is Vincent on the keeper as he faked the handoff, looking for running room, trying to get to the outside. He ran into Drake Terry after he picks up about 6 yards on the play to the 34. It'll bring up now a 2nd down and 14 here.
I don't have the officials' names tonight like I sometimes get.
Right.
His job's tough, though. He's got to wipe the ball off every time, so he's getting his hands wet.
Yeah.
He's got cold football, and he's out there with no jacket, no long sleeve, no anything.
Yeah.
I'm cold just sitting up here in an enclosed booth. I'm
just
dry
watching
at this point.
Vincent empty backfield, it off to Meredith, gets a block in the backfield, turns it upfield to the short side of the field, gets it down around the 30, maybe the 29 before he is run out of bounds. So again, Paoli doing a great job making some blocks there in that backfield, and even though Valley getting some penetration, they're getting kicked out. 6-yard gain there. So now it'll set up a 3rd and a little more manageable 8 here for Paoli.
Interesting. Toss sweep to the boundary. Don't often see that. But Paoli trying to expand their playbook a bit, work on things. They do run it to the short side of the field. Meredith able to turn the corner, get 6 yards.
Carmichael, the lone setback behind Vincent. In motion is Burton, and almost maybe a busted play. I'm not sure. At any rate, Vincent looked like he might have wanted to hand off, did not. Kept the football, and a nice play made out there by Colton Reynolds to throw him down right at the line of scrimmage. So Colton making a good play there, and now the Rams looking at a 4th down and 8 from the Valley 28-yard line with 4.5 minutes to go, third quarter. The Rams leading 38-0 here in this 57th Orange Bowl. Maybe a lot of these juniors and seniors remember the game 2 years ago that the Hawks won here. On 4th down, Rams will go for it. Carmichael in the backfield, and now we're going to get a timeout called again by Paoli.
They were trying to use the cage to jump off, get Valley to jump offside. We didn't do it. Had to spend a timeout.
So with 4:11 left in the third on the Fast Eddie scoreboard, Rams lead the Blackhawks 38-0. We'll be back with more Spring Valley football after we take this timeout.
When you or a loved one need specialized medical care, traveling is not something you should worry about. At IU Health Paoli, many types of specialized care are available to you close to home. Heart care, ear, nose, and throat, skin care, and cancer care, just to name a few. To learn more about the specialty services available at IU Health Paoli Hospital, call 812-723-7459 or visit us online at iuhealthpaoli.org.
This is Springs Valley Senior running back Wyatt Pergeiser, and you're listening to Blackhawks football on Q100.
Paoli goes for it on 4th down and 8, and the snap bobbled by the quarterback Garrett Vincent, and Valley's going to hold here. So they'll take advantage of that. Over there for Valley was Alan Acuff from his defensive end position, but to make sure that Paoli didn't go anywhere. But for the second time tonight, the Hawks have held on downs and will take over the football now, 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Well, I told them it just takes one good defensive play to stop a team, and it was Reynolds there getting that penetration earlier in the series, put them in a position where they had to go for it on 4th down, and you take advantage of a mistake. Now the Hawks trying to put some points on the board.
Just the second possession of the half as the handoff goes to Wyatt Perkeiser, breaks a tackle, and he's off to the races down the near sideline, 50, 40, and he'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. This time it was the Rams that had a chance to wrap up Perkeiser and didn't. He broke a tackle just beyond the line of scrimmage, and with his fleet of foot, able to race it down the near sideline all the way to the 35-yard line. That's a 25-yard pickup on the play for Wyatt, who's now over 80 yards rushing on 12 carries. And the Hawks have their deepest penetration of the game now, 1st and 10 at the Paoli 35-yard line. Whitaker hands off. Raheem Bell, he's got a nice little hole off the left side. Driving forward, pounds his way down inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line, and little extracurricular activities there.
With Acuff for us, who perhaps got into the fracas there a little bit toward the pile, getting some jeers from the Paoli crowd. Officials choose to use discretion there and just warn the young man that get back to the huddle. Let's not cause any problems.
Good run, though, for Raheem. 7-yard pickup on the play. Hawks 2nd and 3 now at the Paoli 28-yard line.
Nobody covering receiver on the far side yet.
Here's Whitaker, hands off to Perkeiser. Hole on the right side. He's got the first down and more as he works his way inside the 25 and down to about the 22. So all of a sudden now the Hawks starting to move the football. They're getting those blocks at the line of scrimmage, and for Wyatt, he'll pick up 6 yards. More importantly, the Hawks have a fresh set of downs now as they are nearing the red zone at the 22 of Paoli as we hit the late stages now of this third quarter with Paoli leading 38-0. Jackson Land splits wide of the near side. Wing T formation. Raheem, the lone setback. He gets the call, and this time he is stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Might have fallen forward for a yard, not much more that time. As it looked like there it was Michael Campbell that got the penetration for the Rams, and they will spot it back to the 22. No gain for Raheem there. 2nd and 10 now for Valley.
Paoli bringing a couple more starters that not began this series. They're back in the game now. They're trying to get a stop on the Hawks. They want the shutout.
Whitaker up under center. Hands off. Wyatt Perkiser off the left side. No, that is Zach Carnes carrying the ball this time. That little misdirection play that Valley has run so many times, and Zach able to look like he was hit at the line of scrimmage and just never stopped those legs from pumping and was able to carry it all the way down to the 12-yard line. So he got almost all of it back. Give him a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll bring up now 3rd down and 1 for the Hawks. The ball technically at the 13-yard line. So short yardage, and quarterback keeper Braden Whitaker looks like he's got the first down as he's close to the 10-yard line. And we'll see if it's right on the 10 or outside the 10. If it's on the 10, it'll be 1st and goal. It is exactly on the 10. So a 3-yard pickup there for Braden, and it will be 1st and goal now for the Hawks. And let's see, with the wind still at their back here in the 3rd quarter, they may want to try to get these plays in. They've got a minute and a half to go here in the 3rd. They want to keep that wind to their back.
Hawks starting to win the game up front. Nick Jones, Grandstaff, Hamilton, Shipman in there, getting some push on this drive.
Quarterback keeper Braden Whitaker driving forward. Boy, he just keeps pounding his way forward, and he'll get it all the way down to the 5-yard line. That's what those extra 25 pounds will do, and now a late penalty flag comes in.
There's a lot of talking down there among the players, and I think the officials have decided to take control of it. We saw one unsportsmanlike penalty call on Paoli in the last drive, and this was on Valley.
No, it's unsportsmanlike face mask against Paoli.
I was going to say that's a really self-inflicted wound if it is indeed on Springs Valley, but it's not. It's the Rams losing their composure once again. So another penalty on the Rams. That's their 7th, and it'll be inside the 3 for Springs Valley.
1st and goal at the 2. So the Hawks trying to get the goose egg off the board. Let's see if they can do it. Here is Whitaker. Hands off to Perkiser, driving forward. He'll get it down close to the 1. So it'll go as a 5-yard run for Whitaker, and then the 3-yard penalty, in essence, taking it down to the 2. And actually, they'll spot the ball at the 2, so no gain there for Wyatt. So it'll bring up 2nd and goal now for the Hawks at the Paoli 2 with 40 seconds remaining. So Valley might be able to get 2 plays off here before the end of the quarter if they don't stop the clock. Bell, the lone setback, up under center. Whitaker, handoff Raheem. Driving forward, does he get in? Yes, he does! Touchdown, Springs Valley! Raheem over the middle, and the Hawks will avoid the shutout here in this 57th Orange Bowl as they march 70 yards downfield in 9 plays. Raheem taking it in the last 2 yards, and Valley gets on the board with less than a half-minute remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
Nicely executed drive by Springs Valley, mostly or all of it on the ground, and they got better play up front right there. That's what the difference was. The big kids up front, I thought Nick Jones particularly, that left tackle spot, was able to push people and create some holes and got their running game going between the tackles.
Now Valley will go for 2. Whitaker up under center, bobbles it, picks it up, looks, just heaves it. Oh, and it's almost caught there by Zach Carnes. He just threw a ball underhanded, just kind of tried to lay it up there for Zach over on that right side, and Zach couldn't quite come up with it. So the 2-point conversion no good, but the Hawks are on the board with 29 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. It's now the Rams 38, the Blackhawks 6. We'll continue with more Springs Valley football after we take this timeout.
Rolling Tire and Auto, your auto value dealer in West Baden, gives new meaning to the term complete car care. It starts with Rolling carrying a full line of auto parts for all you do-it-yourselfers. Not just parts, but the tools to install them. Then it moves to tires, where you can choose from some of the best brands in the business, including Uniroyal, Michelin, and BF Goodrich. And then with 2 full-time certified mechanics, Rolling will get you back on the road with repairs on services from air conditioning to wheel alignments and everything in between. Celebrating 50 years of providing the area with the best in automotive care. See them on the Boulevard in West Baden or visit rollingtireandauto.com.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top-quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
This is Springs Valley senior defensive back Trenton McElfresh. Don't miss a second of the action of Blackhawks football by keeping it tuned in here to Q100.
Javon Gilmore getting set to kick off, and a squib boot lost by the Rams, but the guy that fell or lost it, that was Chaz Beck, able to fall on top of it to make sure that the Blackhawks did not recover. So a solid drive there, Kevin, for the Hawks. 70 yards, 9 plays, a little over 3.5 minutes on the clock. So it's not a matter of saving face, but still nice to see that, and hopefully give some of these guys a little bit of confidence.
You want to execute the things you've practiced. You want to be able to show some pride out there on the field. You don't want to let Paoli to push you around. And again, I thought it was up front. I thought the unsportsmanlike on Paoli a couple times maybe motivated the Hawks a hair. I don't know. Maybe it's a matter of Paoli maybe taking their foot off the gas a bit. But nevertheless, that was a good drive, and the Hawks produced some points.
On first down, Ty Lawson on the sweep, trying to get to the outside, able to turn the corner and find some good running room, and he's pushed out of bounds. Boy, a tremendous block again. These guys, that was time it was Dietrich Sears, the wideout, who just threw a huge block that time on Javon Gilmore and just totally obliterated him from the play, and that allowed Lawson to pick up 11 yards and a first down out to the Paoli 44-yard line.
Hawks have a man down. They're going to have trainers come out and look at him. Cannot quite see who it is, but it's not good. He's holding his left knee.
Maybe it's just a cramp or something, although usually you get those when it's hot outside, so we'll monitor his status.
He was well away from the play, went down right at midfield. The tackle was made over on the near sideline.
Riley's Orange County Quick Lube is proud to sponsor this broadcast for Orange County boasting and bragging rights in the brotherly battle between the Paoli Rams and Springs Valley Blackhawks. Buzz by for bustling fast service at Riley's Orange County Quick Lube across from the Paoli Walmart. I think that was Cole Cooper, who is just working his way back into playing form here, that the injured player. He able to jog off on his own, so that's a good sign. Back to action.
Brendan Smoot came in for him. Brendan got a chance to get in there and get his uniform dirty.
All right. Perhaps the final play of the third quarter, and it's not going to happen because what? Penalty flag?
A lot of whistles out there. I think maybe Paoli jumped off.
Oh, it was the umpire that threw the flag. I didn't see it out there on the field there.
Substitution penalty on Springs Valley is what the call is.
Well, for heaven's sakes, guys, give Valley a chance to get their injured man off the field or something, you would think. Now, with that said, that's only the third penalty tonight for Valley for 12 yards, so they've not hurt themselves in that. But here, goes up to the 49, so it'll be 1st and 5 now for Paoli. Lawson, the quarterback, on the option, trying to get to the outside, turns the corner, has some running room into Valley territory on the final play of this third quarter, and he's all the way down to the 36-yard line. That'll be a 15-yard pickup. So from there, that is where the Rams will resume their drive when we begin the fourth quarter. That's the end of the third quarter in the 57th Orange Bowl from Cook Field in Paoli on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. It is Springs. Well, now wait a minute here. Hold on. Another penalty flag. Come on, guys. This is going to go against Paoli. So we're
the Rams off. No question.
We're going to have, I think, one more play here in this third quarter. the one official's back at the 41-yard line.
Substantial penalty.
Now are they going to say that's the end? I think it is. Well, they'll mark it off. So, at any rate, I believe we have officially come to the end of the third quarter. The score reads Paoli 38, Springs Valley 6. We're back with the fourth quarter in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
Mom, now that I'm back in school, I get to see all of my old friends and make new ones. Julie is my new BFF.
Best friend forever?
Well, yes, and she goes to Research Chiropractic Center, too.
That's nice. Does she have scoliosis like you?
No, she said chiropractic is just good for kids.
Well, I guess she's right.
She said just yesterday she was texting and not watching where she was walking and hit her head and hurt her neck pop. But she told her mom, and her mom said, time to see Dr. Lolita at Research Chiropractic Center. So, Mom, is it time for my next appointment yet?
I'll have to check.
I know the phone number. It is 812-723-2277.
Yes, I know. Maybe I'll make one for the both of us.
It's Triple Truffle time at Dairy Queen of Springs Valley. Have a Triple Truffle Blizzard of the month or the $5 lunch, 3 pieces of chicken, fries, drink, and sundae for just $5 at Dairy Queen in French Lick.
Mike Campbell along with Kevin Terrell as we start the fourth quarter of this 57th Orange Bowl. The Rams in possession, looking at a 2nd and 13 back at their 41-yard line. The pitch to a new face, Hobie Bobbitt, a 5'8 sophomore, getting the pitch, and he got upended nicely all the way back at the 38-yard line. So it'll be a loss of 3.
Going to be some new people in there for the Rams as they empty their bench and go to some of their younger kids. They think a new quarterback in there too, I believe. That it was Tyson Line, I think, playing quarterback, number 20. You tell that, Mike? I think it is 20.
I think so. And getting the call this time.
It is Tyson.
It is the quarterback, Tyson Line, a 5'11 junior. Maybe one of the heir apparent. They'll have Ty Lawson back next year. He's just a junior. Garrett Vincent will graduate, but Line keeping the football, carrying it out to the 46-yard line, so they'll get 8. So it'll bring up now a 3rd down and 8 situation.
You can never have enough quarterbacks when you run the ball as much as Paoli does, so it's good to have variety. The 3rd signal caller they've had in there.
We'll check some of the other faces as well. There's Line again, keeping the football. I think he's going to get the first down. Just a great second effort that time, and he is going to pick up the first down at the 46-yard line. So terrific running that time.
Yeah, I think it was Jack Baker in there.
All right.
As Paoli continues to throw new bodies. Hard to tell, 28 and 20, but that was Baker who fought forward and got 10 yards.
He's just a freshman. So he'll pick up 8 yards, and Paoli is now into Springs Valley territory at the 46-yard line. And off again, Baker works his way off the left side, fighting for yardage. And he'll pick up plenty as well. Valley going with a lot of their second unit as well. Jordan Curtis, a 5'10 sophomore, in there in the secondary for the Hawks. Cole Cooper is in there. We also see Justin Haley. We'll get some more of the lineups there. Gain of 6 for Baker there, 2nd down and 4. 38-6 Rams, 10 minutes remaining in the football game. Pitch goes off now, and that is Charlie Meredith who's carrying the football, and he's just running over guys right now.
It's like Don Meredith out there in his prime. Dandy Don, I wonder if he's any relation because Charlie's running just like him. High knees going that left sideline, and he overpowered the Valley defenders there. Big gain around left end.
And the Paoli fans that brave the elements liking that. 8-yard gain there for Meredith. 1st and 10 now for the Rams at the Valley 32. So basically it's just a glorified JV game right now with this one well in hand for Paoli. Baker once again the ball carrier. Big running room off the left side down to about the 27-yard line. So he'll pick up 5 yards on the play.
Got to give the fans and the cheerleaders credit for both teams. Paoli's cheerleaders during this game without any umbrellas, braving the conditions. The Valley cheerleaders using their umbrellas, to perform all sorts of different dance routines for the hardy souls that are there watching them. And kudos to you guys if you're listening to us on the air right now. Big-time job supporting your kids tonight out there on a tough night.
And, well, they faked the handoff to Baker, and Line just kept the football, able to turn the corner and find good running room inside the 20 and down to about the, let's see where the officials mark the football. It'll be the 19-yard line. So a gain of 8 on the play there for Tyson Line, 8-yard pickup. So this basically JV unit for the Rams, trying to enjoy some success here in the Orange Bowl. Baker the lone setback. Line takes the handoff, keeps the football again, looking to turn the corner, and picks up big yardage once again. It was Ammon Acuff that brought him down, and a late flag comes in, and we may have an unsportsmanlike here against Springs Valley.
A little extracurricular activity there on the sideline after the play was blown dead. It is on Springs Valley for unsportsmanlike. Don't like to see that, but you do often have it transpire in these rivalry-type games. Kids got to keep their emotions in check.
Especially the younger kids.
It's happened to Paoli a couple times. That time they get Acuff with it, I believe, and Paoli inside the 10 now to the 5.
So give Line a 9-yard pickup on the run, then the 5-yard walk-off, half the distance to the goal for the unsportsmanlike. Gives Paoli now a 1st and goal here at the Valley 5 with 8:12 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Well, this is the most excited these Ram fans have been.
Fumble.
And the fumble, scramble for it, and let's see who's got it. Hawks come up with it. So who came out of there with it for the Hawks? I'm not sure. Javon Gilmore was over there. So was Nick Jones, but at any rate, Line lost the football on this exchange, and that will be Paoli's second turnover of the ball game. Valley has, and once again, Valley thwarts a Paoli scoring opportunity.
Hey, turnovers are great when you can get them. Now you're backed up in your own territory, inside your own 10. Got to at least give one first down, try to push it out of it. And you were able to move the ball so we can figure out a way to do it.
It is Braden Whitaker still in there at quarterback, handing off, and this time carrying the football is Raheem Bell.
Bell getting some activity here late, getting the legs churning, trying to give multiple ball carries the ball, give Perkheiser a chance to rest up a little bit for West Washington next week. He'll be a major factor, obviously, in their game plan against the Senators 1 week from now.
Gain of 5 for Raheem, 2nd and 5, ball just shy of the 14-yard line. Whitaker takes the snap, hands off Zach Carnes on the sweep, trying to get to the outside. Isn't going to find any running room whatsoever. That's because Timmy Burton shedded his block and was able to nail Zach for a loss. They'll spot it, looks like at the 12-yard line, so a loss of 2. And now Valley looking at a 3rd down and 7. So if White's night is done, a pretty good evening for him. 14 carries, 87 yards. But right now, Valley faced with a 3rd and 7, now back at their own 12-yard line. And Whitaker hands off. Those jerseys starting to get pretty dirty right now with the mud. And that is Raheem Bell, the ball carrier. Got it up to the 15. So a 3-yard pickup there. Looking at a 4th down and 4. And we'll see what they do. Still more than half the period left. Boy, it seems like this game taking forever to play, even though both teams keeping the ball on the ground for the most part.
And it actually is just over 2 hours, so it's not nearly as long. It just seems long
not
the way Paoli.
Like the Easter game, right.
Seems long the way Paoli managing to just pound us all night long. Hawks going to go for it, looks like.
On 4th down, handoff. Is that Wyatt Perkheiser back in? It is, and he's going to be very close. Now they say the ball loose, and
Valley got it back.
Valley got it back. Now, I think they needed to just get to the 19-yard line.
Move the change, baby.
It should be a 1st and 10. Actually, that was Zach Carnes carrying the ball. Boy, Zach and Wyatt kind of have that same build, so sometimes if you're not paying a lot of attention, you might confuse them.
Two pretty tough kids that checking in at right around 150 pounds, maybe soaking wet. Doing a good job carrying the rock for the Hawks. There'll be better days ahead for this Hawk team, Mike.
No question. And Zach again gets the call on the misdirection, still on his feet, driving forward. And he'll pick up close to 5 once again.
I really do think the conditions of this game and our inability to get our passing game going with the wet football really dictated how the game was played. We knew that we were going to struggle to run it. Paoli knew that too when they figured out that passing game with the wind and the rain was going to be pretty much non-existent, and we just don't have enough up front to be able to win a game in the trenches like that. I like to play on a different condition or a different night and see how we can move the ball.
I can't get it right. That was Wyatt that carried that time for 6 yards. So 2nd down and 4. Oh, and Whitaker fumbles the snap. Scramble for it. The officials say Valley will keep possession, so they dodge a bullet there. No gain on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 for Valley at the 26-yard line. So still a chance here for Wyatt to eclipse the 100-yard rushing mark here tonight. He's at 93 on 15 carries. And we'll see what Valley elects to do here.
Javon's in the game.
They're taking their time. There's down to 5 on the play clock, so the Hawks are going to have to spend a timeout, and they will. It comes with 4:16 remaining here in the contest on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. It is Springs Valley trailing Paoli on the Fast Eddie scoreboard 38-6. We'll return to Cookfield and Paoli for more of this Orange Bowl in just a moment.
There's nothing like having a dependable car, and there's also nothing like having a dependable place to take it for regular maintenance. Kempel's Quick Lube and Paoli is your destination for worry-free driving. Whether you're needing an oil change, alignment, or even a brake job, Kempel's will treat your car with the TLC it deserves. Kempel's is making it even more convenient to bring your automobile in by being open Monday through Saturday. Trust your vehicle's care to the pros at Kempel's Quick Lube on North Gospel Street in Paoli. Call 723-4177.
Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. Back again here at Paoli High School. Hawks looking at a 3rd and 4 now at their own 26. 4:16 to go as Whitaker hands off the misdirection, and that, I believe, is Wyatt Perkiser carrying. And he'll get close to 1st down yardage. He may have gotten it, and then a late flag comes in once again.
That was out here on the near side. It's on Paoli hitting a defenseless Springs Valley blocker after the whistle, and that's going to give Valley another 15 yards.
So unsportsmanlike conduct to call. That'll be another 15-yarder.
That's the 9th Paoli penalty, and I think the 3rd.
73 yards, yeah.
The 3rd unsportsmanlike. That's something that their coaching staff, Coach Lowry, and the rest of the veteran staff at Paoli is going to have to address on Monday when they watch the film of this game. Or actually probably address it tomorrow morning, I bet.
So Valley out to the 46-yard line now, 1st down and 10. Whitaker hands off. Raheem Bell straight ahead running. Isn't going to find a whole lot of running room, maybe a couple here to the 48, and that is it. Again, the weather curtailing Braden Whitaker's opportunity to throw the football here tonight, and it's obviously had an impact. Maybe not in the outcome, but Valley may have been able to put up a couple of more touchdowns, at least spread out this Paoli defense a little bit.
I'm sure that early in the week, they didn't have any idea it'd be weather like this. If they had, they might have practiced with a wet football, maybe experimented with some gloves for him.
Sure.
He clearly needed them.
2nd down and 8 now. Whitaker been up under center. Hands off. Perkiser looking for running room. Drives forward, and will cross midfield, takes it to the 49-yard line. And with that 3-yard pickup, Wyatt goes over the 100-yard rushing mark. 17th carry of the ball game for 101 yards. So Wyatt continuing to work hard, as is all of these Valley players here. Like to punch one in one more time here. 2:45 to go. They're going to have to hurry.
Been a better up-front game for the Hawks.
3rd and 5 at the 49.
Late
Whitaker
in this game.
Hands off, and this time it is Colton Dickey carrying the football. But there's a penalty flag that comes in, and we may have a holding call here against the Hawks.
I do believe we do. Penalty call by the linesman on the near side.
So that won't help Valley's cause here. It was 3rd and 5 before that. Actually, Paoli might be better to decline it because it'd be 4th and about 4, but looks like they are going to go ahead and step this off.
And I'll bring up
5th penalty for Valley. And they'll move it all the way back now to the 42-yard line.
Need about 17 now for this conversion, maybe 18.
3rd and 19 to be exact.
Heading never was my strong suit.
So we'll see. Maybe Whitaker will go to the air. He's got Jackson Land split wide to the near side. Wing T formation. Inside handoff once again. And getting pummeled there, I think, was Perkiser. Once again, may have been Carnes.
I know who made the hit. It was Charlie Meredith again, who has come alive here in the second half. Charlie didn't have a carry in the first half, but he has been active with the ball and active on defense all night long.
Just a yard gain for Wyatt. For Springs Valley at their own 38-yard line.
This drive has definitely ran time off the clock. Started with 8:03, so they've ran almost 7 minutes off the clock just on this drive.
Hawks will go for it. Again, it is Perkiser trying to get to the outside, turns the corner, and he's hit and run out of bounds. He'll get it back to the 45. So he temporarily went under the 100-yard mark with that 4-yard loss, but he'll get it back with a 7-yard run here. So assuming his day is done with only 1:23 to go, and Paoli now in possession. A 19-carry effort tonight for the Valley senior for 104 yards. So that'll give the ball back over to Paoli here with 1:23 to go, and a couple of knees, and that will put this one into the history books. Paoli will go to 2-1. They'll win their first conference game, and the Hawks now will stand at 0-3 and 0-2 in the PLAC. Tyson Line, we've got yet another new quarterback for Paoli. That is Jaden Cometa, a 5'6" sophomore. So Jeremy Lowry just emptying his bench.
That was Devin Bush on the carry.
All right,
Got a couple.
Getting 3 yards to the 42. It'll bring up now a 2nd down and 7 with 1 minute left here in this Orange Bowl. Riley's Orange County Quick Lube is proud to sponsor this broadcast for Orange County boasting and bragging rights in the brotherly battle between the Paoli Rams and Springs Valley Blackhawks. Buzz by for bustling fast service at Riley's Orange County Quick Lube across from the Paoli Walmart. On the option play, keeping the football is Cometa, and he is hit and run out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. Able to turn the corner, that option play, again out of that flex bone. Just one more option that Paoli has to pick up big yardage, and Cometa will get 14 yards down to the 28-yard line. Another first down, and even though he went out of bounds, the officials are going to start the clock as well. They should. So this should be the final play of the 57th Orange Bowl, and the trophy will stay here in the county seat. Make 2 in a row now for Paoli.
Season series, it was 15-15 the last 30 years. Paoli will take a one-game lead in that stretch.
And on the option play, it goes to Cometa, trying to get to the outside, but not enough speed to turn the corner. He is brought down, and with that, Jeremy Lowry, in his first year as head coach, will get to experience what it's like to win Orange County bragging rights as he defeats his rivals from Springs Valley here tonight rather handily. Rams got off to a big lead. Valley did manage to get on the board. They scored a late third quarter touchdown, but again, with Braden Whitaker's passing ability limited tonight because of the weather, it really tilted things in favor of Paoli, and it's the Rams that come away the victor here tonight in this 57th Orange Bowl. Matt Cooper and the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ are proud of our young leaders that excel between the lines and in the classroom. BRCJ salutes the parents, teachers, and coaches for their support of these activities because life is a team sport. Go Hawks from everyone at the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ. After the line of shaking hands, the Rams, I don't know if they'll do the old bucket dousing of Coach Lowry or not, but certainly deserving here. Probably not. He's probably doused enough. It's not going to make a whole lot of difference, but there's Athletic Director Derek Newkirk bringing over the Orange Bowl trophy that is grabbed there by Chaz Becht, one of the seniors, and they will hold it up proudly in front of their happy fans, and again, the trophy will stay in Paoli here for another year. We'll be back to recap all of tonight's action in a moment. The final score here this evening on a dreary evening in the county seat of Orange on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard of this 57th Orange Bowl. The Paoli Rams 38, the Springs Valley Blackhawks 6. You're listening to Springs Valley High School Football.
Watching the sunrise, looking out at a majestic mountaintop, following a pristine stream in a forest. Nature has so many beautiful things to offer. Don't miss them because your eyesight is not what it should be. Get your peepers checked now at Drs. Harmon, Patty & Co., optometrist in Paoli. They offer thorough exams to not only make sure you're seeing clearly, but to check for other eye problems like macular degeneration, glaucoma, and cataracts. They don't take chances with your eyesight. Neither should you. Schedule an appointment now. Drs. Harmon, Patty & Co., next to IU Health in Paoli. Call 723-4752.
For the Brooks Galloway Real Estate Agency in French Lake and Paoli, this is Chris Burton with a new homeowner tip. The biggest investment most people will ever make is the purchase of a home, so you want to avoid making mistakes. We can help you find the right home for your family and situation. We have access to a large inventory and experience to give you confidence in your decision. The Brooks Galloway Agency has been trusted by families since 1971, helping people like you find the right home or sell a home, farm, or business. Call us at 936-7301 or take a look at some of our properties offered at brooksgalloway.com.
You're not going to work forever, are you? After all, you have plans and places you want to see. But are you saving to make it all happen? Return of premium life insurance from Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance can provide you with a 20 or 30-year term. And when it's over, you get all of your premiums back. Protection and a nest egg. Call Scott Blankenbaker, Tracy Tucker, or Greg Hamilton at 723-2704 today. Or visit us on the web at www.infarmbureau.com. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We're part of your life.
Hello, Valley football fans from Valley Marathon, where you can satisfy your gas tank and also satisfy your hunger with grilled chicken sandwich for just $2.89, or have a fresh grilled tenderloin for $3.59. We now offer big 44-ounce soft drinks for only 99 cents, and 2-liter Pepsi products just 99 cents at Valley Marathon.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
Give your favorite pet some tender loving care with a visit to Julie's Wags and Whiskers in Paoli. Julie Apple and her staff specialize in pampering your furry friend with the best in grooming products and treatments. Needing hair trimmed, a manicure, or anything else? Just schedule a day spa at Julie's Wags and Whiskers to have your best friend looking as good as ever. For grooming services to keep your canine looking fine or your kitty looking pretty, bring them to Julie's Wags and Whiskers just off Highway 37 on East Hospital Road in Paoli. Call 723-3110.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
There's nothing like having a dependable car, and there's also nothing like having a dependable place to take it for regular maintenance. Kempel's Quick Lube in Paoli is your destination for worry-free driving. Whether you're needing an oil change, alignment, or even a brake job, Kempel's will treat your car with the TLC it deserves. Kempel's is making it even more convenient to bring your automobile in by being open Monday through Saturday. Trust your vehicle's care to the pros at Kempel's Quick Lube on North Gospel Street in Paoli. Call 723-4177.
Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30, Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. Before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley High School Football.
Your home of IU and high school sports in the Valley. WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Mike Hamilton along with Kevin Terrell back at Cook Field in Paoli, where the host Rams have won their second straight Orange Bowl. They defeat Springs Valley here tonight by final count of 38-6, as once again Valley sees their opponent jump out to a quick start as the Rams put 30 points on the board by halftime, and even though Paoli would only score one touchdown in that second half of play, their defense was good enough to keep Valley's in check, and because of it, Paoli improves to 2-1 on the year, 1-0 in the league, and Valley drops to 0-3 on the year, and they are now 0-2 in TLAC play. And there's no question, we were talking during the break, Kevin, what might have happened. Maybe it again would not have changed the outcome of this ball game, but certainly Valley would have had more alternatives with their offense had they been able to throw the ball in a little better weather conditions.
Yeah, I'd like to see how we could have played this game on a dry, quick field with not much wind. I could have definitely helped our passing game. Braden was really affected by the rain. You could tell the ball, the few attempts he made, it was squirting out of his hands. He was struggling with the cold. You mentioned to me how he had his hands in his pockets, really trying to keep his hands warm. Just didn't handle the conditions well, as you would hoped, and the game kind of set up that way for Paoli with the wind conditions. The wind was howling out of the north. It was a cold, blustery wind. We had umbrellas flying around here, turning upside down. One flew out in the field at halftime while you were vacated for a minute. So, yeah, it was a big-time, windy night out there, cold and hard to deal with, and I think Paoli's game plan, they're predominantly on the ground. I think they played to their strengths with the conditions.
All right. Before we run into the scoring and stats, joining us now is head coach Mark Hammond, and obviously, Coach, tough night tonight with the weather conditions. We were talking about how that affected Brayton Whitaker and what he was able to do, and limited some of your offensive choices, I thought. But let's face it, Paoli is still a very good football team.
Oh yeah, I mean they're a team we knew they were they're pretty much got juniors and seniors all over the field, and they've been playing a lot of football here the last few years. So we knew it was going to be tough, and you try to tell the kids that the weather conditions, everybody's got to play in them, and same thing. But again, I think if you've been following us, we've been relying a little bit more on the pass than they have, and tonight Braden just could not get the grip on the ball at all. We were trying to switch balls out. It didn't matter what we did. And once we get one dimension like that, they was just able to come after us a little harder, and they got the lead. And again, the same thing. We just didn't have anything to counteract that early. I thought our kids in the second half come out and did a better job as far as adjusting defensively to their offense, and then again getting a little bit of going on our offense. But again, a lot of credit to Paoli. They got a fine ball club, and again, we knew what they were going to do, and they executed very well tonight.
I was going to say, you kind of touched on it, the fact that things did go a little bit better there in that second half of play. I thought the blocking schemes were better. You were doing a little better job of controlling things. Wyatt, a good night. We had him over 100 yards rushing here tonight as well. And, from that particular standpoint, you had to be pretty well prepared.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what I say. We come out in the second half, and like I said, was able to do a few more things there, and then that was good. We just realized, we had tried to throw a little bit there in that first half and realized we couldn't, so we had to come out and adjust a few things. Went with the tight end a little more to give us a few more blocking up front, and like I said, that was able to go. We just couldn't get anything squared or loose or get anything going consistently, and like I said, some of that was the weather, no doubt. We, just kind of getting tough, and then hopefully Kobe Lowe will be all right. He hurt his elbow a little bit, which limited us, but I thought we had Zach Carnes also. Zach Carnes had a really nice game for us, really stepped up and played really well, and again, hopefully he'll be all right. He had a little banged up as well, but hard-hitting game. Both teams are going to know they was in a battle tonight. Both teams are going to feel that, and like I said, it's definitely weather did not help us, but I really thought Colton Reynolds did a nice job second half getting in there from the defensive line as well, and that's what I say. You can see the positives from the sideline. Hopefully, when we watch film, we're going to see a few more positives, and that's what it's about. It is week 3, and I know they click off pretty quick, but again, we knew these first 3 teams was basically going to be better than they were last year, just looking on paper. And like I said, Paoli, a lot of these kids have played a lot of years, so again, our kids didn't back down and kept fighting, and that's what we got to keep doing next week is just keep fighting and getting better.
How difficult is it to stop their flex bone with their blocking schemes, with the different angles that they come at you with, blocking you up front? They're not as big as some of these teams that we've played, but they're quick off the ball,
right,
and their angles are good.
Well, and that's what I say. You try to talk all week about playing your responsibilities, but when they dive at fullback, and then all of a sudden the quarterback pulls it out, and that's just hard for those outside linebackers not to get sucked in, and then they, like I said, they got good angles on you to block. So, like I said, they run it very efficiently. They know what they're doing. They've been running the scheme for many years now. So definitely hard to stop. But like I said, it all starts up front, and we, early I didn't think we got as good a push, and then we finally started getting a little bit better push here in the second half from our defensive line. So again, tough offense to stop, and they have multiple weapons. Again, it's just not one kid, so you just can't focus on one. You got to be able to focus on all of them, and again, they execute their game plan very well.
I think certainly, hopefully the old adage holds true that when you play the better teams, you get better yourself, and as the season moves along, we're going to see some of the fruits of that.
I agree with that, Mike. I think you're exactly right there. I think, again, games like this will only make you stronger as long as you come out healthy, and hopefully we will. Hopefully everybody will be ready to go back. And that's why I said we've gotten better each week. We've been hitting a little bit harder. We've been coming up a little bit better. We've been adjusting a little bit better as the nights go on, as the games go on. So again, we're already seeing some of that on the coaching staff on the sideline. Now we just need to see it on the scoreboard side of things.
I know you and the kids very appreciative, and we mentioned it too, but for those Brave Valley fans that came out with the elements, they hung tough with this team, and through thick and thin, they handle it really well, and I know how appreciative you are.
Yeah, to come out on a night like this and get the support, they were here. A lot of those guys stayed to the end and was out there ready to go, and like I said, we do appreciate that. Anybody that brave this weather, but again, it's it's tough conditions out there for all the fans and the players and the coaches, and you guys sitting up here dry all night. What's up with that?
Well, he had the window. He had my window open.
Your window, I like that.
He just put it over there, right here.
All right, before we let you go, Coach, a quick thought about West Washington. Philip Bousman is still never lost to the Hawks. Maybe it's time
I think it's well, I'll tell you what, he lost to the Jackets tonight, so they're going to be upset, and it's an angry group of bitters for next week.
And that's what I say. Philip does a nice job, no doubt. Again, he's been over there a while now, and they've had some success. And again, I know, like I said, they lost quite a few of their studs last year, but again, they got a good program, and and they'll be ready to go next week, no doubt. And it's going to be a tough matchup. I told the kids out there before I come up, we got next week, and if we keep working as hard as we're working, things will start working out. It doesn't get any, easier, but again, we got a team next week that is kind of like us. We're kind of retooling a little bit, trying to get our people in the right positions, and they're doing the same thing. So hopefully we got something for them tonight or next week. And like I said, as long as kids keep working hard, and I'm trying, again, just the community needs to stay with this group. They're learning every week. They're working hard, and I think, again, you're going to see a lot of good football out of this team yet to come.
Let's pray for good weather. Now, I heard that, with that said, that there may be a hurricane headed for through the Caribbean and maybe on into Florida. Hopefully we don't get the remnants of that either.
If we ever just get that dome built, that WFLQ dome.
We need that. There you go.
But then we won't have to worry about weather like that.
That's exactly right. We'd be all right.
All right. Coach, thanks for the visit. We'll talk to you again next Friday.
Yeah, appreciate that. And again, thanks, everybody, coming out and supporting us. Everybody be safe. Travel home.
All righty. That is Mark Hammond, the head coach of the Springs Valley Blackhawks, joining us after the contest tonight as the Hawks fall to Paoli here tonight in the Orange Bowl, 38-2. Let's quickly go through some of the scoring. Paoli got it started after a 3-and-out for Valley on the initial possession of the game. They took it 52 yards in 5 plays in 2 minutes and 4 seconds, capped off by the... Well, it would be helpful to have my sheet out here. Tyler Smith 4-yard run that at the 7:38 mark of the opening quarter. Timmy Burton ran it in for the 2-point conversion. It was 8-0 Paoli at that point. Valley moved the ball downfield. They got a couple of first downs, but unfortunately gave it up on downs at the Paoli 32. The Rams then proceeded to go 68 yards in 10 plays, consuming 4 minutes and 28 seconds. Before punching it in on a Burton 15-yard run, that at the 11:52 mark. The pass for the 2-point conversion was no good. Paoli led 14-0 at that point. After yet another Valley 3-and-out offensively, the Rams wasted no time in making it 3 for 3. A 6-play, 76-yard drive in 2 minutes and 22 seconds was capped off by Austin Carmichael's 1-yard run. He had a couple of other nice runs during that drive as well. Ian Strange ran it in for a 2-point conversion, 22-0 at that point, and Paoli would score once again after Valley gave him good field position by fumbling the football. Paoli recovered, took over at the Valley 34. They needed just 4 plays in 1:45 to go the distance. This time it was Ty Lawson teaming up with Dietrich Sears on a 22-yard pass with 3:13 to go in the half. Burton ran it in for the extra point. That made it 30-0 at halftime. Rams pretty much put it away with their first drive of the third quarter, a 10-play, 55-yard march in 4 minutes and 32 seconds. Ty Lawson's 10-yard scamper at the 7:28 mark, and then his pass to Dietrich Sears made it 38-0. But the Hawks did get the goose egg off the scoreboard, even though they fumbled on their next possession. They held Paoli on downs and then put together a 9-play, 70-yard drive in 3 minutes and 36 seconds, capped off by Raheem Bell's 2-yard plunge over the middle. That with 29 seconds to go in the third quarter. The pass was no good for the 2-point conversion, and that was our scoring in the contest at 38-6 in favor of Paoli. We'll take a look at some of the numbers from the game as well when we come back. In your final here on the Fast Eddie scoreboard, Rams defeat the Hawks 38-6 in the Orange Bowl. This is Springs Valley High School football.
Mom, now that I'm back in school, I get to see all of my old friends and make new ones. Julie is my new BFF.
Best friend forever?
Well, yes, and she goes to Research Chiropractic Center, too.
That's nice. Does she have scoliosis like you?
No, she said chiropractic is just good for kids.
Well, I guess she's right.
She said just yesterday she was texting and not watching where she was walking and hit her head and hurt her neck pop. But she told her mom, and her mom said, time to see Dr. Lolita at Research Chiropractic Center. So, Mom, is it time for my next appointment yet?
I'll have to check.
I know the phone number. It is 812-723-2277.
Yes, I know. Maybe I'll make one for the both of us.
A salute to football players and fans in the annual Orange County Bowl from the Riley family and employees at Riley Oil on East Main Street in Paoli. Family owned and operated, serving Orange County since 1971. For Marathon 24-hour pay-at-the-pump service, VP Racing Fuel, and kerosene, stop at Riley Oil in Paoli. For auto and truck maintenance, including computerized engine analysis, stop at Riley Oil in Paoli. Maintain your manufacturer warranty by scheduling service today at Riley Oil in Paoli. Call 723-2294.
You're not going to work forever, are you? After all, you have plans and places you want to see. But are you saving to make it all happen? Return of premium life insurance from Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance can provide you with a 20 or 30-year term. And when it's over, you get all of your premiums back. Protection and a nest egg. Call Scott Blankenbaker, Tracy Tucker, or Greg Hamilton at 723-2704 today. Or visit us on the web at www.infarmbureau.com. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We're part of your life.
For the Brooks Galloway Real Estate Agency in French Lake and Paoli, this is Chris Burton with a new homeowner tip. The biggest investment most people will ever make is the purchase of a home, so you want to avoid making mistakes. We can help you find the right home for your family and situation. We have access to a large inventory and experience to give you confidence in your decision. The Brooks Galloway Agency has been trusted by families since 1971, helping people like you find the right home or sell a home, farm, or business. Call us at 936-7301 or take a look at some of our properties offered at brooksgalloway.com.
Hello, Valley football fans from Valley Marathon, where you can satisfy your gas tank and also satisfy your hunger with grilled chicken sandwich for just $2.89, or have a fresh grilled tenderloin for $3.59. We now offer big 44-ounce soft drinks for only 99 cents, and 2-liter Pepsi products just 99 cents at Valley Marathon.
Matt Cooper and the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ Incorporated are proud of our young leaders that excel between the lines and in the classroom. BRCJ salutes the parents, teachers, and coaches for their support of these activities because life is a team sport. Go Hawks from the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ. 38-6 your final. Rams win it here tonight over Springs Valley. Kevin, how do the numbers play out this evening?
Do some of the individuals first for Springs Valley. Whitaker on the ground managed to get 6 yards on 8 carries. Some of those were sacks against him. Kobe Lowe, before he was injured, managed to carry it 5 times for a net total of 4 yards. 104 yards rushing for our leading rusher. That was the Mr. Perkaiser, who managed to get that on 19 carries. Good job by him. Raheem Bell ran a lot, especially late, was able to score the touchdown. He gets 21 yards on 7 carries. And to round it out with the 5 different ball carriers we had, Zach Carr's got the ball a little bit, the little 5'8" water bug. Managed to get 3 carries in there for 12 yards. Overall, as a team, Paoli carries it 42 times for 147 yards. No completions tonight. That basically is the name of the game for us. We need to move the ball through the air. Couldn't do it in this wet, rainy, windy conditions. 0 for 5. And we had 1 interception, a total of 147 yards. Springs Valley with 8 first downs, 6 of them by the rush, 2 of them gained by Paoli. Penalty went for it on 3rd down 3 times, or 4th down rather 5 times, and made it just twice. Time of possession 22-23, and we turned it over 3 times, 2 fumbles and 1 interception. For Paoli, they carried it 58 times for a whopping 433 yards on the ground as we continue to struggle to stop the opponent's running game. 3 out of 6 from the air were the Rams for 57 yards, total of 490, so they outgain us by, if I do my math right, 353 yards. 25 first downs for Paoli, 22 by the rush, 2 by pass, 1 by penalty, 25-37 on the time of possession. They turned it over twice, both of them via the fumble. As it was a dominant performance by Paoli. A wide variety of backs carried the ball for them. They only had 1 carrier over 100 yards, but they had several in that 60 to 70 range, and with all their variety of speed and different options off that flex bone, they carved us up like a Thanksgiving turkey, you might say, hitting us from all different angles with their running game, and they were able to totally dominate the game and control it from the line of scrimmage, winning it easily 38-6. It easily could have been worse had they kept the foot on the gas.
But as with Eastern Green and Mitchell, Valley's first 2 opponents, teams will have trouble stopping this Paoli squad. 38-6 your final. We'll take another break and return with more from Cookfield in Paoli in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
watching the sunrise, looking out at a majestic mountaintop, following a pristine stream in a forest. Nature has so many beautiful things to offer. Don't miss them because your eyesight is not what it should be. Get your peepers checked now at Drs. Harmon, Petty & Co., optometrist in Paoli. They offer thorough exams to not only make sure you're seeing clearly, but to check for other eye problems like macular degeneration, glaucoma, and cataracts. They don't take chances with your eyesight. Neither should you. Schedule an appointment now. Drs. Harmon, Petty & Co., next to IU Health in Paoli. Call 723-4752.
Rolling Tire and Auto, your auto value dealer in West Baden, gives new meaning to the term complete car care. It starts with Rolling carrying a full line of auto parts for all you do-it-yourselfers. Not just parts, but the tools to install them. Then it moves to tires, where you can choose from some of the best brands in the business, including Uniroyal, Michelin, and BF Goodrich. And then with 2 full-time certified mechanics, Rolling will get you back on the road with repairs on services from air conditioning to wheel alignments and everything in between. Celebrating 50 years of providing the area with the best in automotive care. See them on the Boulevard in West Baden or visit RollingTireandAuto.com.
When you need physical or occupational therapy, look no further than IU Health Paoli Rehabilitation and Sports Medicine. You have a choice when it comes to your therapy. Whether you're recovering from a recent surgery or sports injury, where you receive your therapy is your choice. There is no need to travel a long distance. Why not choose the expert care close to home at IU Health Paoli? For more information, call IU Health Paoli Rehabilitation and Sports Medicine, 812-723-7444.
This is John Storms for Bedford Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bedford. And the huge summer clearance event is going on now. How about a 2017 Jeep Patriot for $299 a month, $299 down, 3-year lease, 10,000 miles a year with approved credit? How about a 2017 Ram truck with 17% off? We have several in stock to choose from. See dealer for detail. So hurry into Bedford Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Bedford, just south of White River Bridge.
It's Triple Truffle time at Dairy Queen of Springs Valley. Have a Triple Truffle Blizzard of the month or the $5 lunch, 3 pieces of chicken, fries, drink, and sundae for just $5 at Dairy Queen in French Lick.
Riley's Orange County Quick Lube is proud to sponsor this broadcast. For Orange County boasting and bragging rights in the brotherly battle between the Paoli Rams and Springs Valley Blackhawks. Buzz by for bustling fast service. I'll spit it out.
Buzzing. Make it buzz, too.
At Riley's Orange County Quick Lube across from the Paoli Walmart. Probably no brotherly love out on the field. Maybe they are now once the game is over, but this one goes to the Paoli Rams tonight, 38-6. They jump out quick on the Hawks and led 30-0 at halftime. Each team would score 1 second-half touchdown to make the final 38-6. So Paoli, again, with so much experience, even though they're under a new coach, doing a lot of the same things. And when it ain't broke, don't fix it, is what they say. And I think the Rams have the potential to have a very good season this year.
No doubt. They have a great system. That flex bone is tough to stop. It helps minimize the athletic disadvantages they have, and against some opponents they can use smaller blockers with the angles that they create. I think it's a good system. It's a good way to play, and they're set up well to do it. It was kind of it was a night where we had a lot of speed and a lot of glamour to our game, a lot of sizzle, but they had a lot of mutters, and it's a night where mutters could go any rabbit type of game, I think. I love a rainy night. That was the way it was for them. I kept hoping that Adam would play that coming in out of a break, but he didn't do it. Didn't get on. Come on, little Addy rabbit there. But it was a good night for Paoli's system. It was set up well for how they're based on able to play, and in these conditions, there's no way for Valley to move the ball the way they need to, which is with their vertical passing game.
And once again, when you look at it from Valley's standpoint, those points keep coming down, 68-50. So another 2 touchdowns down, and they're at least going in the right direction in that. There's still a lot of work to be done, and as we talked about, Braden Whitaker limited because of the weather with his passing, and who knows what might have happened had that been an option.
I don't think these teams are that far apart from each other, but the conditions of the game dictated that it was going to be very much tilted toward Paoli's style. If this game's played on a fast field, if they play this game on Tuesday in the 80-degree weather with the sun shining and a dry field, our speed is more of a factor, our passing game more of a factor. And I think Paoli's pass defense is a little bit vulnerable. They played man coverage all night, loaded the box, and just dared us to throw it, and we couldn't. So there was no way to run it, outnumbered up front, just no way to get it done. I'd like to play the game somehow. Of course, we won't until next year. But it would be interesting to play them again on a different surface and a circumstance and see how it went. But if we didn't, kind of lick our wounds, feel sorry for ourselves for the rest of the night, and then hour after the game, you guys shake it off and get your mind ready for West Washington. The Senators are down a bit. They lost tonight. They're going to be angry, going to be ready to go. Should be a good one next Friday night.
All right. Looking forward to that 1 week from tonight over at Art Sanders Field in Campbellsburg. Here tonight, the Rams jump out to a 30-0 halftime lead and cruise to victory in the 57th Orange Bowl. They won it by a final count of 38-6 as the Rams improve to 2-1 on the year, 1-0 in league play. Valley drops their third straight. They're 0-3 and now 0-2 in league play. So, as we said, coming up next week for Springs Valley, the West Washington Senators at Art Sanders Field in Campbellsburg. More on that in just a moment. As always, we're grateful to our many advertisers who have allowed us to bring this game into your home, car, business, wherever you might be tuning in, and we're especially appreciative of the cooperation we receive from our participating schools, so we send a thank you to the administration coaches for both Springs Valley and Paoli High Schools. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast as much as it has been our pleasure and privilege to bring it to you. Program reminder, we'll have our Orleans edition of Dog Chat coming up on Wednesday night beginning at 6:05. And then make sure you're with us as we continue our coverage of Springs Valley football. Friday night, we'll be at Art Sanders Field in Campbellsburg, another PLAC encounter as the Hawks take on West Washington. 7 o'clock, the scheduled kickoff with broadcast coverage to begin at 6:35. For our studio engineer this evening, Adam Hole, and for Kevin Terrell, this is Mike Hamilton bidding you a fond and pleasant farewell from Cook Field in Paoli, where tonight's final in this 57th Orange Bowl on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. The Paoli Rams 38, the Springs Valley Blackhawks 6. This is Springs Valley High School football.
WFLQ, the sports-wise Central Valley, and thanks for listening to tonight's presentation of Springs Valley High School football. And brought to you by Smithville, offering DSL and fast internet service to customers. Another way to serve you better. By Sullivan Financial of Raymond James Associate Investments, Highway 60 and 9th Streets in Mitchell. Springs Valley Metals, formerly Medco, Highway 145 French Lick. Doctors Farm and Patty & Co. Next to IU Health in Paoli. Rolling Tar and Auto on the Boulevard, West Baden. Brooks Galloway Real Estate and Appraisal, 8481 West College Street, French Lick, 936-7301. By Farm Bureau Insurance in Paoli, 723-2704. Julie's Bags and Whiskers for pet grooming and boarding, just off Highway 37 East Hospital Road, Paoli, 723-3110. Orange County REMC, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, 865-2229. Riley Oil, Main Street, Paoli. Research Chiropractic in Paoli, the natural way to good health. Kipple's Fit Loop, Gospel Street, Paoli. IU Health Paoli Hospital, the only nicer ranked health system in the state of Indiana. 33 Brick Street, get food in a legendary atmosphere in downtown French Lick. Bedford Ford transfer at the river in Bedford. And by Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company, offices in French Lick, Jasper, and Paoli. You can best show your appreciation for the broadcast by telling and patronizing our sponsors. Tune in all season long to hear Springs Valley High School football on your power station for sports. Q100 WFLQ French Lick.